What's going on? We back at you with another episode of the No Frillz Podcast, the hottest duo in the FGC. The Road Dogs is here. You already know I'm Chris Matrix. You know what I mean? And to the far, far left of me,
It's IFCYipeS, man. It's just another day, another beautiful day. No Frillz Podcast, episode number 42. It's 43.
No, it's 42.
It's 42.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Jackie Rob. You know what I mean?
Bring it in, brother.
We go high. And as you can see, we do have a third person. He is the OG Harlem Hero.
Now, question. You go by that name still?
Yeah, I do.
That's the name? Okay, just making sure. Just to give you a little background. I mean, he's going to speak for himself. But, like, the first time I went to ChinaTownFair, he was literally one of the first faces I seen. So it's like, it's that throwback. Like, I'm talking about as soon as I go in there, he was playing on one of the machines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mainly, I mean, I seen you on the CBS too. But that's no here, no there. Or I seen you in the Super Turbo. But that's how throwback it is. You know what I mean? So, of course, we try to get this man on the episode for a long time. But obviously, we took the hiatus and all that. But, you know, you heard those stories back in the day from, like, Craymore and Sanford and stuff like that. He's definitely going to fill in a lot of the blanks as we move it forward. But please give it up for OG Harlem here, my man. How the hell are you, brother, man?
I'm doing
What's
good,
going
bro.
on,
I'm doing
Norman?
good, man.
It's been a long freaking time.
Welcome. Long time friend right here, man. Long time friend. And you know what? As I'm seeing you here, I realize another thing. I am fucking old. I am old, bro. Norman goes back. I mean, back before me, man. But tell the people who you are, man.
Name is Norman. Goes by the name Harlem Hero. I game with all these guys when they was younger. We all grew together, told jokes. We all met in the ChinaTownFair and just basically we all got together in such weird ways. Like, everybody had their own game, but we all got together. We broke bread, we ate, and then we just started talking about everybody's respective game, and then, you know, friendships and bonds. That's how we did it.
That's right. Before all the mainstream stuff, you know, I mean, before consoles. Like I said, man, like, you old school if you had to stand up to play.
Yeah, for real.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it's crazy. Back in the day, like, you playing for hours, you standing up for hours
for
playing.
Real. And this dude did not want nobody sitting down. Huey?
Oh, yeah. What, it was like one stool in Chinatown?
One stool.
stool.
Yeah, he was.
Huey. Shout out to Huey, Sam, and all recipe Sam.
Rest in peace, Sam.
ChinaTownFair. You know, it is still there. It's not the same, obviously, but the space is still there. And I do believe they have the old sign still.
Yeah,
so it's nostalgia when you go outside. You can still take a pic.
Don't go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no. Let's put it like this. That CF now has no familiar faces. I went there every Friday, Saturday. I saw a lot of familiar faces. So, but I just turn around. I see Norma. I turn to the right. I see Sanford. I see, you know what I'm saying? I see everybody. But now there's no one left.
Right.
It's nothing but haystacks all over the place, dust all over, and not to shit on the establishment now, but it's not what I remember.
Yeah. It's just not the same. You know what I mean? It's just not the same. That'll be cool if one day we could freaking, like, be able to buy that spot over and you know, try to bring it back to what it used to be. You know what I mean? That'd be a good thing. That'd be a good thing. But, you know, that's maybe something for the future. But today, it is all about Norman. So first of all, how you been? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, through the pandemic and everything.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Please, yes.
Talk about it.
It's been a wild ride, man. It's been a wild ride.
Okay.
Like, lost people.
Right.
People lost jobs. Everybody's way of living is different now. You know, online got a big spurt, so that's cool. I mean, I just tune in the streams now. I'm watching you and everybody else, especially Yipes, and watch Eric. I watch Liston. I watch all these guys that I've seen in the arcade back in the day, still
familiar faces.
trying to do something to keep themselves occupied. So yeah, shout outs to everybody that's streaming. It's just trying to keep them, you know, still in the same game, basically still staying hot. So when we do get back to when we normal, everybody could just go right back like nothing changed. I mean, it changed, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, man. But listen, give me a humble beginning of how you even got into the arcade side of things.
Wow.
Just a
Well,
game.
you know what? No, not even arcade. Tell us how you got into gaming, because
all right, we could go there. That's deep,
everybody was playing some form of console game most of the time before they touched the arcade.
Well, it's kind of interesting because arcade culture was just everywhere growing up. So I was fortunate because I used to live on 138th Street. Like right around the corner, there was an actual arcade, and I used to. It was some small chap, but I used to go in there and just see all these colors and lights. And
what was the name of the arcade?
I didn't even remember the name because it was like literally around the corner. The owner's name was, I think, Vance. I don't remember the whole, like, his whole name or whatever. But it was literally around the corner from me, and it was like next to a laundromat because I just had that convenience, which was really good. So if my mom's just doing laundry, you know, I was a little kid, she gave me like a range where she could see me. You can only walk a certain range.
Yes, I know about the ranges.
You know, so there was a little arcade there, and, you know, it was just colors and noise and everybody having fun. So I kind of went over there and was just amazed at everything and what they was doing. And, you know, I'm high enough to see what's going on as far as height. I can see what's going on, and I'm just seeing characters and colors and just noises. It was just cool to see. But what had really got me into it was watching the people play that were actually good at it.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget this because I always share this with Jerron, and Jerron knows this.
Shout out to Julian Robinson, Hero. If you're just tuning into the podcast, you know, we have 41 episodes already. Go check out every one of those. Jerron was a guest on our show. That was a terrific episode also. So make sure you go backtrack and, you know, catch up on your No Frills knowledge, because there's a lot of history within those scribes right there. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I think Jerron experienced this in the Bronx, but I've experienced this firsthand as well growing up. That there used to be these heavyset old ladies, right? And they used to have these bangles on their arm. Like, you remember back in the day that style where they had the bangles that was like,
they look like unks.
Yes. I was watching this old lady freak Pac-Man, and I'm just watching just clank, 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 and I'm like, she's really good at this. So I tried it, got washed. And then she kind of consoled me like, it's okay, baby, I'll show you how to do it and whatever the case may be. But I still didn't learn. But after that, they had the Atari 2600 commercial, and
he said Atari,
and they hit me
Peep
with
the history.
They hit me with the under $50. So I was like, all right, I don't know what that was back then, but I was like, yo, Ma, it's under $50. It's right there. And I harassed her, and I eventually got one. And I got Pac-Man. It was nothing like the arcade. I was like,
man, I remember that. Yeah.
How many bits is Pac-Man arcade though? How can they not replicate that?
Atari ain't have it, B.
Damn.
Yeah.
They can't replicate Pac-Man?
Atari ain't have it, B.
Yo, so random question, right, for both of y'all. Because if you think about it, I think the old school Pac-Man machines, the one player, the joystick was in the middle, right?
Yeah.
What hand did you use the joystick with?
I was on the left.
I was right.
That's crazy, because I was right also. And then when I got to a regular arcade, joysticks were always on the left.
Yeah.
So it was different. I remember myself doing this.
Yeah, you know what? Not thinking about it, I don't know. Like, before I play fighting games, you know what? That's a good question. I don't remember. Naturally, I go with my left when I see a joystick.
It's crazy. The joystick was in the middle, so you like...
Damn.
I think I did it on the right because I was trying to emulate what I saw.
Okay.
Because I was watching, like I said, I was watching these old ladies freaking, and I was like, how? What are they doing this so different? Because it was crazy. They had the bangle, and they had their armrests, and they was just freaking it.
Oh.
And I was
like, yeah, the pole.
Like, all right,
they get the lean.
So
and you see you see the overhand form too. They got the overhand form with it. You know what I mean? Nowadays, you know, you see people holding the joystick with all types of grips.
Yeah, nah.
They got this. Some with just the fingers.
That's really good. That's throwback, man. You know what? I seen the OGs do that back in the day, actually.
Yeah. And when they lose, they would just get mad, snap their fingers, and I've never seen them like play competitively against each other. Like, they would just pop a score and somebody else would like play after. They never really did the two-player aspect of taking turns. So I just kind of like watched them just play sessions or whatever after a while, you know. And it's crazy because I knew that for that time, that those were the nice ones because they was like smoking cigarettes and talking, and I'm watching them just crack the ghosts, and I'm like, for real, y'all not gonna respect this game? This is all right. Let me try that. Nah. And I said, like I said, I got the Atari version. I was disappointed. That's when I found out that Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man were two entirely different games. Pac-Man is slow.
All right, so Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, what were the exact differences in that game? In those two games, actually.
I don't know 100%, but I think it's just coding. But speed-wise, Pac-Man runs so slow, and Miss Pac-Man is like, I think it was running at the same speed at one point, but then there's like these hacks and these dip switches that basically made it move much faster, and it kind of felt better. You know what I mean? Like just clearing all the dots.
Fast
as Pac-Man was like, oh.
Did she have any new abilities?
Not that I know of. I think she was just faster, and like the boards were like a neon-esque color, so it looked better.
Okay, I got you.
It's kind of like Street Fighter 2 to Champion Edition with the colors different and everything else. You like, all right, this is a better game. I don't know why, but I think this is a better game.
Man, when I play Miss Pac-Man, I don't even know the full story because I ain't even made it that far. I think the different, you know, like you clear like one part of the section of the board and it switches the colors of it, but you always get like a story. I don't even know the whole story.
Oh yeah.
But what I was gonna say was, I think that was the difference between Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. It was just the stages and the speed, of course. Because I know in Pac-Man 1, you just literally play the same board over and over again. It just gets harder and harder, right? Yeah. So that's definitely that was definitely the difference. Different.
What exactly gets harder though? Like the ghosts speed up or something?
They don't want you to know that, but the ghosts start moving faster than you, and it gets to a point where, you know, like in the four corners there's the power pellets, so you can eat them back. After a while, they don't turn.
Yeah, you eat them and that's
they just turn around.
They just turn right back. Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. I gotta watch some Pac-Man speed.
They become immune to power pellets.
Wow, that's crazy. Now I gotta watch some Pac-Mans. Oh my god.
Definitely throwback. But yeah, so that's your fondest memories, man. That's cool. So your fondest memories on video games was literally arcades.
Yeah. It started seeing them in arcades, and then television started basically showing that you could bring the arcade at home. Those are lies. But they said
yes, they are.
They could bring the feeling and joy of the arcade in your home, and I'm like,
those ports were not perfect.
No. Nah.
You know, when I noticed things were different, obviously, you know, I got a little older and I started understanding more shit, right, in terms of quality, right? Mm-hmm. The one that threw me off was, I remember they got me X-Men vs. Street Fighter for the PS1.
Oh, gosh.
And I was like, damn. And you know, I'm playing it, and it's starting to feel it, you know what I'm saying, in terms of how it looks, in terms of, but the speed was different, and you can't pick two characters.
Have you seen this game?
Yeah, it's horrible.
You have an assist, bro.
Yeah, I know. I had Sega Saturn. So I had the Saturn version.
So no, but people
doing the thing in the back.
Yeah,
the RAM card.
I ended up getting the Sega Saturn version. So yes, I definitely got the real deal Holyfield, if you will. So, but yeah, that's when I really noticed it when shit wasn't perfectly ported. When I seen that, I was like, oh wow, okay, shit ain't the same. They try to hit you with the knockoff.
Yeah.
So was that Atari your first console?
The first good one.
Oh, the first.
So
good one.
there's a bad story about this.
Oh yeah, spit.
I wanted the Atari, right? And I guess my mom didn't tell my dad the right information.
Oh no.
And he brought me, I think it was an Intellivision, and the controller, it looked like a phone, and it had like a rotary. And I do remember this because we didn't have the parts to hook it up to the TV, so
God.
I never even got a chance to experience it. So it was rough. It was rough.
Damn, my first system was ColecoVision. That was a similar controller with the knob and like some number pad.
Number pad,
I think I was playing Top Gun, maybe. And you had to do like that fuel hookup, and you had to land.
I had the Commodore joint, B for Atari. I actually still got the cartridge in my crib to this day. Yeah,
that's what's up.
My brother and sister, their first system was Atari, but when I actually got into it was Sega Master.
Okay.
Sega Master System, yeah.
So what was your first system that you liked? Your first decent system. That you was rocking out to, and like tell us like your first few games.
I was fortunate that I actually was able to get an NES.
Okay.
And a Master System at the same time.
Oh wow!
Good times.
But I didn't have a lot of games. Nah. I was the only child at that point.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
so you
I was a brat. I was a brat. I was a brat. As long as I was doing good in school, I was all right. But for the Master System, I had Hang On and Safari Hunt.
Had the Hang On?
I realized.
Oh, that's my shit.
The gun was like the best thing for the Sega Master System. Then I looked at the Nintendo one. I had the gray one, and I was like holding them side by side, and the Master System felt so much better. So I was like, all right, I could play gun games with this. I had Safari Hunt, and I couldn't shoot the animals. That was trash. I'm not even gonna lie, that was trash. I didn't have many games for it because at that point my mom's just like, I ain't buying you everything. You're just gonna have to figure this out. So fortunately, when those consoles came out, they came with included games, so I was good.
Oh my gosh, back in the day,
yeah,
yes, they did.
I had it was Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
Yep, I had that too.
It was a special edition,
and I had the gun.
Yeah.
I had the orange gun too.
You had the second edition.
Yeah.
I had the first edition and tried to, get real close to the TV.
Oh hell yeah!
Don't work. It don't work.
You put the gun on the screen. You like this?
Yeah, it don't work.
And then that stupid ass dog.
The dog was definitely a horror story for a lot of people.
Oh gosh, Mario Duck Hunt throwback, man. Yo, you got 2 games on 1 cartridge.
Yeah.
You got 2 controllers.
Yeah.
You got back pieces with the RF switch. You gotta screw that joint in there. Oh my god.
Every time I wanted to switch systems, they thinking I was trying to break the TV. I'm like, no, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They stopped me from blowing into the cartridge. I'm like, nah, it's gonna work. This is why we do this.
Was it to damage it? Like, oh, you damaged it.
Yeah. Like.
Nah, you know
some people do the vertical one.
Nah, this is weird.
Yeah, the up and down.
Well, that'll work. Yo, but it be mad quick though. Like if you want to be efficient, like if the shit is connected, you gotta be like.
Yeah.
You turn it on. You gotta be mad fast.
That should be the light. It be blinking. It be flashing. Like
yes, you be looking at it like
hit the button right in the middle.
I'm like, this reset, but this shit don't never work. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Then you start doing some shit like.
Jimmy rigging and wiggling.
Yeah. Oh, and so finally, you do exactly what the cartridge says not to do. It says, do not use alcohol to clean. And what do?
Alcohol and a Q-tip.
Yes! You like this?
Yo, but my joints are still working though.
Fred, that alcohol did wonders.
They lied.
They lied.
Oh, I'm about to say, I thought y'all was gonna hit me with some shit.
Yo, and you look inside the cartridge, some songs, that shit be filthy.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, you might have remembered this. Nintendo was trying to sell cleaners.
Yes, they were.
What you think was some cleaners?
The Nintendo cleaner, I remember.
Alcohol on a felt stick.
Man, fuck the home brand. Get the Nintendo shit, B. You thank us later.
The Nintendo cleaner, oh man. Stop.
OD.
Nintendo always try to stop you from being creative with their stuff. They're like, all right, we're gonna make a buck off it. You still buying emulators right now.
Yeah.
Switch is selling the games that's been out from when I was growing up.
That's a fact.
That's crazy,
So
yeah.
Nintendo was like, nah, just buy it from us. Don't be creative. Just follow us.
That's true, yeah, man. Hey, can't blame them. They never seen this coming. Like, damn, they decoding our shit this easy. What the fuck? They ain't see this shit coming. I'm gonna tell you what. If there's something that I always thought back in the day when I was playing these old games, I would tell to myself, man, these shits are too legendary. You can't copy it. It's not like it was a VHS tape. You know what I mean? So like, just seeing it like moving forward, that you could just actually get this shit online like nothing
in seconds.
Nuts, bro.
Yo, and you know what sucked about those old games too? The fact that if you get to a high level, there's no saving.
Nope.
So if your Nintendo freezes, like and it make that stupid
Somebody
ass noise,
walk
you
in
be like,
the room with heavy feet.
You be like,
Done.
no, done.
And he's just looking at this, nothing to fix it. Like,
Nothing. You gotta reset, start over.
But you know what? That right there forged you to be a hard gamer.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, I'm getting back to that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back to that.
Yeah.
So I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that.
Wow.
Somebody walk in and they got heavy feet, boom. Then your joints start blinking. You're like, oh,
that's fucked
Oh,
up.
that was so awful. Oh my
there.
gosh, that was so awful.
Or the games that didn't have continues, one shot only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had some experiences with some really rough games. Now that I think about it, like
Ninja Gaiden didn't have no save points, right?
it you could start over, but once you get to a certain point, it rolled you back some levels.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. All right.
So yeah, I played Double Dribble on Nintendo.
Double Dribble.
Not to get off on the original question, like I favored my Nintendo as far as the games, but I liked the way the controller felt on the Master System because it wasn't the cross. It was like a nice
Diagonal.
all around.
Yeah.
Like
No
I told
blisters,
people, I'm a Sega guy because I love the
right.
controller. The Sega Saturn controller is still my favorite controller to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And you still
6
can
buttons
use it.
and 2 on the top
You still
and
can use it.
diagonals.
Yeah,
And
still can use it.
Yep. I favored the diagonals too. I didn't like the fact that the Genesis only had 3, but I bought the 6-button controller. You know what I mean? To play Street Fighter rather than having to hit start to get access to the kicks.
I never experienced that. I heard that's hard as hell because Mortal Kombat you had to do that, right?
Oh gosh.
It was called the mode button on that or
Yeah.
something like that. Nah,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The struggles. That struggle life.
Damn.
Yeah.
Throwing it back. Wow, you know what's crazy? I used to play those shit. I never really noticed it, obviously, until you really get a fighting games. Like, wow, you was missing a button.
Oh yeah, Frey.
Yeah.
Frey.
All right.
So that and the old Sega Genesis with the switch, the
on and off on the
Yeah,
side
the
with
on
the
and
little
off on the
reset and the.
yes.
So you had the first version.
Yes, I did.
My man.
Oh,
my
yeah.
man. Because I had the little headphone port. Too
Yeah.
loud. Just boop.
You know what sold
Sonic
me
in
too?
my ears.
When because I had Nintendo first, and then Sega Genesis came out with the Super Nintendo. And remember that commercial when they was showing Mario and Sonic side by side, and it was like, oh, look at the colors here with Mario, but he's like, but Sonic's fast, and then all of this crap. I was like, I'm in it. I like speed.
Those ads were destroying them, bro.
Yo, consoles.
Sega.
Oh, those consoles.
Rip Sega, but yeah.
I know.
They was
my
making
God.
Nintendo work.
It really was.
So how about on the NES? How about that gold cartridge Zelda?
You know, a lot of people said that game was rare, but back then people weren't really invested in RPGs. So I saw that in like what's the name of this place? Funkoland and
Before GameStop.
yeah, way before GameStop. Like Funkoland and like the I guess you can call them like flea markets where you would just like trade them in for like $5. They would have like a glass case and they would just have games lined up and you don't know where they came from. You just be like, all right. And
We get
that was another thing, you know, I don't want to go too big on a tangent, but you ever bought a game that looked cool until you played it?
Trash. Now, let me see. Superman 64.
Nah, I'm gonna go further. Iron Sword.
That was my
Oh,
I don't know that game. I'm gonna look at it.
Take a time and invest in that.
Iron Sword.
Iron Sword. My man Fabio was on the front. You cannot miss it.
Okay. Iron Sword. Lock that in. I'm gonna check that out.
there's a lot of-
What console?
Nintendo.
Nintendo. Okay.
Because Nintendo had fire covers.
Entertainment.
They had fire covers. They're like,
They
yo,
did.
the artists, they would, and then you play it, you're like, yo,
They
what,
did have
what
fire
happened?
covers.
I played some bullshit on that, man. You know what Justin put me on to? I mean, I got it years later, obviously, was Solomon's Key.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, real shit. And I cheated. I did the save state.
No shame.
No shame. That shit was OD.
No shame.
That shit was OD, bro. I'm like, nah. I was like, wait. If I die here, I gotta go away. Nah. Nah, fuck that. There was shit you had to figure out. Like, oh, not this way. This don't work. Okay.
So you played that when you was older, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. Because as you get older, the patience is like, nah. Yeah. Back in the day when you had no choice, all right, I'll do it over.
Yo,
Now,
man.
nah. How do I get there right now?
Nintendo has some classics. I remember like going to older cousins' houses and they had I can't remember the exact name of the title. It might have been like just track and field or something, Olympic Games, where you just doing mad different stuff. But I know when you running, you had to hit the button like that to make the guy run fast. And
that's track and field. Yeah.
I used to always thumb it, right? And I used to like this, trying to go. And my cuz,
he showed you something.
Yeah,
and he was moving. I was like, damn, like I can't copy that. I can't do that.
He's doing the manual way. That's the manual way. Nah, get that thing automatic.
So what you're saying is you got outmatched.
Frey. I got outmatched. Frey. No contest. No.
Mashing out them Sun on hypergrass now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but mind your track and field.
Did you think about like IFCYiPES? Like Nintendo has some classics. Obviously, like my probably 2 favorite games on NES, well 3, were obviously Mike Tyson's Punch Out. That's my number 1. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game when that finally dropped.
Fire.
And I love Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
That is my shit.
Super Mario.
I was waiting.
3.
I was like, you ain't gonna add no Mario?
Yeah. That game was.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I can fly.
It had the right length.
Yo, stop.
Yeah. I man had the hands in the back.
Yeah, he had the hands, yeah. And then from that movie, with Shimmy. What was the name of that movie again?
The Wizard?
Yeah. They showed you how to freaking dip down in the freaking behind the walls and get the flute.
Here's a funny story about the Mario 3 in the arcades. This is crazy. Back in the day, they had this thing called Play Choice 10. I know you know about this.
Yes, I do.
So it was an arcade cabinet, and it had Nintendo games from like about 50 games. You put in a quarter, you get 3 minutes to play whatever you want. The money was basically timed. There was like a timer in the left hand or the right hand corner, and you get to play every game that they had on the list. So I kind of experienced a lot of games before I made purchases. So Mario 3 was in one of them. I played Castlevania in one of them. I played TNC Surf in one of them. I played a lot of games that I knew not to buy after playing them. Right. It's not as cool as the cover.
Damn, what a quarter could do to save your money.
Yo, you had a choice. It was either a big hug, some sunflower seeds.
You ain't lying. The hugs.
Now
little grenades. Yeah.
Like this.
Your front 2 teeth right there in the middle.
Yo, I used to guzzle them shits down in like 2 seconds, B.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck, I look like savoring that shit.
Hugs. Sunflower seeds. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Damn.
Because you stretch that quarter. You
do stretch the quarter. Sometimes you get some peanut chews.
Yes.
And now later.
The Charleston chews like a nickel. Yeah, man. I had a penny candy store.
Always been 10 cent. Always been 10 cent. I'm like, sometimes you gotta settle for the kisses. Or something like that because you can't afford the rest. You can only afford 2 10-cent, 1 5-cent candy.
You remember the fake Now Laters?
Nah.
You know which one I'm talking about.
Fake Now Laters?
All right, so you know Now Laters came and they were like, all right, how do I describe it?
Was like 5. It was 5 of them. Yeah.
It was 5 of them, and then they had another one. It was like, it was the same price, but it was a whole bunch of them, but they were thin, and it was like it had the OD sticky wrapper on it. I forgot the name of this candy.
Oh, you ripped that shit and stuck on the fucking
Yes,
candy?
you couldn't tear it off. I'm trying to remember the name of this.
Damn, I can't
Fake
remember.
Now Laters.
You just took me back though with the sticky wrapper. Sometimes you like
it's tearing, it's stuck, and it's waxed on.
Yo,
I'm trying to remember this candy.
Let me ask you this though, while not to get sidetracked though. But did you actually give up on taking it all off and just scraped it off with your tooth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right, thank God.
Yeah.
I thought I was savage doing that.
What was your favorite flavor Now Laters?
I like the apple joint.
I was a fan of cherry and sometimes the orange one.
Banana was my favorite.
Banana's OD.
Bananas OD.
And
banana taffy.
Banana is OD.
Taffy? Nah.
I love some taffy.
I wasn't a banana.
Nah, Laffy Taffy got like this lingering taste with the banana. It's kind of off. It's kind of off. I don't like that shit.
I love taffy. I love the banana taffy. Damn, he took it back. Oh, we about to be talking about some candy shit.
For real, like chiclets in them and all that.
Oh yeah, the chiclets. I remember the chiclets. You remember the Chico sticks?
Of course.
Yo, let me tell you how throwback this is with chiclets and shit, right? I will always find them shits in my mom's purse.
Chiclets?
She will always be, because I'll be like, hey, mom, you got gum? Like, I said, shit like that. Oh, it's in my purse. I go in there, them shits is just all over the place. in the purse. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a Dominican thing, Hispanic household, but there was always some chiclets in the bag. Always. And Tic Tacs. Facts.
The chiclets.
Somebody relate with me, please, on the comments. Holla at me.
What other candies? Freaking
Sour Powers.
Oh yeah. Sour Powers.
Give me the Sour Powers, Brandon.
Sour Powers, Jolly Ranchers, the freaking remember the
Cherry Clan?
the little like the little burgers, the gummy burgers.
The gummy burgers.
The whole burger got like the freaking
They
patty,
were all gummy, yeah. Mike and Ike's.
Mike and Ike's, Boston Baked Beans was like my shit. That was my shit.
That was my shit.
Boston Baked Beans was. Damn, I'm gonna go get some. I'm gonna go look for them shits now.
Oh, you're gonna be really upset because the candy sizes. You think you a giant now? I was talking to friends about this maybe about 2 weeks ago about you remember Little Debbie cakes?
Yes.
You know they're not the same, right?
I know. I seen some of
Little
them.
Debbie has become Big Deborah. She is making money, bro. The size now, I felt like, I was like, where's the rest of it? I was like, where's the rest of this food?
Big Debbie's.
Yeah, Big Debbie.
The
Big
Big
Deborah.
Debs.
That's
Big Deborah.
That's
Big Deborah now.
right now. Little Debbie, Big Deborah. Oh my gosh. So what was your favorite NES games?
My favorite NES games, hands down. This is gonna be kind of crazy. I love Double Dribble.
Double Dribble. That's with the
love Ninja
glitched out
Gaiden.
corner 3.
Oh yeah, of course. They had the little scrape, the little markings on the court.
Yes.
Ninja Gaiden 1.
Okay.
How many? Was there
Three.
a number?
Take 3.
Oh damn. Well.
Okay, take 5. Take
All right,
5.
5. Of course, the Mario series. All of them were pretty cool. All of them were pretty cool.
Tell me Super Mario 2 is not underrated. You wasn't that game has some movement. You can do some shit in that game.
It gave characters a little personality.
Yeah,
It did.
It was like a big difference to the first one. Like I'm not gonna say it was
So
better.
just to give you a little insight, that was another game before.
I know. Yeah.
That's what I was about to get to. Yeah.
I know.
That was another game. Okay, yeah.
But it was underrated. Like cats are scooping stuff.
But
up,
slap
sucking
Mario
them.
on that. Yeah, that game was fire. Because like you said, every character was different.
Yes.
Like Luigi was crazy legs.
Yeah. I played Peach. She had the float.
Oh, everybody was like, oh, she could fly. Like,
Yeah.
That's floating, but we just said she could fly.
Yes.
But
Toad had the
was
quick
Diesel,
scoops.
bro. He was scooping.
And Mario was just balanced.
Yeah, he was average.
That game was hard.
Mario was the least played in that game.
He
Facts.
was.
I never played Mario. Yeah.
He was played.
He was regular. He
Was
Ryu.
plain.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh man.
But all right, that was 3. Damn, this is kind of tough because I did a little sports. There was no real fighting games then. Yes, there was. Karate Champ. It was the most balanced fighter. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. It was red and white. Excuse me, white and red. That was it.
Karate.
Kick and punch.
That was
Kick
it.
and punch.
What's the last one? What's a really good one that I used to? I like Blaster Master, honestly. It was a pretty good game.
Yo, fuck with Metroid?
Metroid didn't have a map. I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't know where I was at. I didn't know what I was doing. I did like the game, but I was like, what's the purpose? I'm just running around in space. I didn't know what I was doing. I was lost. That was the thing, because like I said, back in the day, I don't even know if that game had like a map, because I didn't have the actual cartridge in the box, because like I said, they had the Funko Land and the
glass cases and
glass
shit.
cases, so you just pick something that looked cool, and then I was like, oh my bad, let me take one of those out. What I said the last one was?
Blaster Master.
I thought that away. Bubble Bobble, hands down.
Class.
Hands down.
I fuck with that. That's actually one of my favorites.
Wow.
To go head to head with somebody too
Yes.
is pretty dope. Yeah.
Bubble Bobble, hands down.
You didn't like Contra?
Too mainstream. I didn't say I didn't like it.
That's
Too
fair.
mainstream. Yeah.
Well, I get you. Yes, it was.
Yeah, I talked
Yes,
about
it
that.
was.
Hit
Up,
it
down,
just-
down, left, right, 100 men. 30 men, and you good to go.
Yeah, it was. It was. 30 minutes. You could say.
But like I played a lot of obscure stuff because that store just had a bunch of games, like weird shaped cartridge. I had like a blue, I think it was Life Force. It was like a blue cartridge, but it was like a light blue. It looked fake. more so than anything, but it was just a specialty cartridge. That's when I noticed that, you know, certain games like Gold Zelda was a specialty cartridge. Then they had those Tengen games, which was the black looking cartridges and stuff like that. I was cool with those, but you couldn't really organize them. You know, my mom's West Indian, so she's all about the keep it clean, make it look uniform. So them Tengen games was kind of rough to just stack. So, but yeah, that'd be my 5.
Did you have accessories for your NES? Like, I didn't have no cases.
Nah.
Oh, okay. I know some cats had some OD accessories. Like,
I literally had on my the only cases I had was for Sega Genesis. No, for Sega Genesis was Sonic 2. That's it. That Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. That's all I had. It's cases. Everything else, them shits was just scattered everywhere.
Yeah, because the case was the box.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like, because like Nintendo, they had like these little jackets that you would slide.
Right, yeah, those little black joints.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's that fresh that fresh box smell. Hell yeah.
You gotta keep them joints in there.
They said you keep them in there to keep them dust free, but
that didn't work.
You didn't care basically at that age.
Damn, you just ran me back. You know what's crazy? I just thought that we don't have any more pamphlets. Shit used to come with pamphlets before, bro.
Colored booklets.
They'll tell you the story.
The full instruction manual, right?
Yeah, there'll be stories in there. They'll tell you some tips and shit. Now they'll just give you a sheet of paper. That's it. Here is how the controls work. Good game, peace out. That's how it works now.
I used to look so forward to the books and stuff like that. Every time I get the game, I go on the toilet, I'm reading a book.
Yes.
I'm in there like this.
Definitely material. Definitely material. Then in the back they try to add, they give you like a little sheet, like in case you want to like write down something, like if you're really into it, like Mega Man, like, oh, you write your code in the back. then cereals broke the game, because they used to have the cereals where they'd be like, yo, if you buy it, there's the code inside the box.
Oh, Frey.
Wow, really?
Frey,
yeah. They had like,
hold on, let me ask y'all something about the cereals, all right? When you open that fresh box, did you wait till you got finished with the cereal to go get the prize?
Nope.
You was digging?
No.
You was digging? I was digging.
Hell no, I ain't wait.
I was digging when nobody was looking, but I was digging.
Yo, my mom did not let me dig. I had to pour a little bowl, right? And then I start
shaking it around. Shaking it around.
You see the little piece sticking out? You know, like Oh my gosh.
Yes, okay. I definitely was that guy. Yes.
Okay.
Oh gosh. They put some shit in some cereal, yo. Toys, freaking little wrappers, like little fake tattoo stickers to put on yourself. Remember those freaking those temporary tattoos?
Yeah, they were dry as hell. You put water on it, you just rub it for like, and then if you move your arm wrong, it just cracks.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you this, right? And you could kind of use it like as a midway segue. You know what I mean? Like you can explain yourself when I tell you this, and then it'll lead probably to the story, what I'm about to ask you. How was it? And mind you, both of these guys mentioned you in the podcast. So Jerron and Sanford, they mentioned you on both sides of their stories in terms of the first people they seen in Chinatown. I think it was. I don't know if it was Chinatown. I think it was Chinatown when they mentioned it. And pretty much like you was the first guy that they seen in CF, like one of the first people, right? So like, tell me how it was like meeting those guys.
Well,
like going into CF. So yeah.
So Chinatown was predominantly Asian, of course. It's in Chinatown. So when we would get different people to come in, you know, they would basically strike a conversation with me because obviously I'm black and I speak English 100%. So they wouldn't deal with Huey because Huey was a tyrant when it came to getting change and stuff like that. So they would come up to me and just be like, yo, what's going on? And, you know, they would just basically, I kind of saw what they were doing as far as fighting games goes. And I was like, oh, this is like a duo thing. Like, all right, so these guys they nice, but you can't figure them out because it's two different opposing styles. So I'm watching them and I'm like, oh, these guys are pretty good. They came on the wrong day. I'm like, all right, so you guys aren't really playing. Y'all not playing the best players, but y'all feeling yourselves. Okay. So I'm like, all right.
They came on the wrong day. Okay.
Yeah, they came. I think it was like a Tuesday or something like that, and it was really like
smoking. People think it was all cool.
Nobody's.
Yo,
and I'm like,
and it's crazy because that is literally what they said. They said they went somewhere during the week. And then it was like smoking everybody. Then they came on. I think you told them to come back on a Friday.
Definitely. Because everybody has a story apparently that I rigged up setups. This is before you, where you just rig up a fight and just be like, let me see how that looks. On let's not have that on paper. Let's just see how that looks. But yeah, they had came on a Tuesday, and Sanford and Jerron they was getting streaks in CVS 1. Yeah, CVS 1, they had 4:1s, and it was just bodying dudes who were just, because it was fairly new too. So, you know, you got the Asian guys who played KOF, and they was seeing the KOF characters, so they're like, all right, I can play KOF, and CVS is not KOF at all. So they were trying to do that, and Sanford and Jerron they was playing it when it was hot, and they were just getting streaks. So I guess Sanford had got tipped off originally that this is where the better players play, because prior to CF being popular, there was another arcade downtown on 42nd Street. It was Playland. Playland had moved to a Roxy, and then it had closed, as well as the other arcade, which was on 50th. It was called the Broadway Arcade, and then it became a Gold's Gym. I believe that became a Gold's Gym. So the downtown arcade scene ended, and they, I guess, was just basically trying to find a spot where they could just call base and they could just play other people and improve and get better. Because I saw what the goal was, but at the same time, I was like, you guys aren't really fighting people at your skill level. You're not fighting people at your potential. So don't dismiss Chinatown as one of those places y'all just gonna come in here and just do that. So I told them to come on Friday, and let's see how well y'all do. And they did beat Justin, and he was really Sanford was really adamant about it. He was like, "Yo, I thought you said they was good." I was like, "No, it's fairly new, but that's not what he plays." It's like, what does he play? Go over there. And he got cooked, and then he really came to me and he was asking me questions. I'm like, I don't know, man. I told you he don't play. That's what he plays. That's his joint over there. He was like, yo, what do I do?
And what game was this?
Marvel
Team. New Agent Hero.
He was like, what do I do? And I'm like, what did you do originally? Try not to do that.
Yo, man.
with the simple line.
Yeah, try not to do that. Like, do you tag out often, or what?
Man, Seven must have been looking at you like.
Yeah, he was very upset. He was very upset.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yo.
He started coming on the Fridays, and Jerron would occasionally come as well, and then they would play like CVS and still do the same thing, but yeah, Sanford was like basically targeting Justin in the games that he was playing. Like he was like, at that point, he found his gaming purpose. Like, yo, I need to beat that kid because that kid embarrassed me. So yeah.
And I could only imagine the mentality there for him too. Like, just seeing him get even better and stronger as the years progress, the days progress. Like, just seeing him. So I can only imagine how hype he was getting as he was seeing that from the beginning. You know.
Yeah.
So what were you playing back then at that time?
Alpha 3 was just hitting the scene, so I was having fun with that. Okay. I did play Marvel a little bit.
What was the team?
You know, we gotta do this.
Come on.
We gotta do this part. All right. I'm gonna keep it real. So I used to play Omega Red, Colossus, and Zangief. There's a reason for this.
Who was the last character you said?
Zangief.
Straight Team Russia, huh?
Zangief. There you go. Zangief.
The Street Fighter?
Street Fighter. Yeah. I was trying to merge worlds. This is before I got shot, and couldn't.
Damn, Cable. Fuck that shit up for everybody.
But the Cable story is pretty interesting too, because a lot of people that played in CF did not know how to do the air hyper viper beam, and I knew how to do it. And suddenly I went up in the ranks. I was like, oh, I'm good at this game again. They didn't know how to Tiger Knee. Because it's a Street Fighter motion. So I had to sit some of them down, like, yeah, you curve it, and then you go up. And then you hit the buttons, and then I started seeing more people do it, and I was like, all right, it's done now. Yeah, Tiger Knee, and then the whole Sentinel evolution. I think it was Seattle that was doing the...
Know your stuff, man.
Sentinel nonsense.
You know your fucking stuff, Norman. Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. Shout out to Seattle, for sure.
Yes.
Then I saw everybody else doing it here, and I was like, oh, something's new has been added. All right. Okay. Then I realized Justin was changing teams, because back then he he kind of played whatever he wanted, but Cammy was definitely one of his mainstays. But then I noticed he started dropping her. Then I started seeing more Storm, and I used to hear a lot of ha, ha, ha. And I was like, oh, this is a strategy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Then that's where it's I like the arcade as far as the evolution of a game.
Right.
You know, so that was cool to witness. You know what I mean? That was cool to witness.
He said Zangief.
Omega Red Colossus.
All right, so I was a huge fan of Omega Red. All right, look.
Okay, yeah.
Geef was.
You played him in Street Fighter or something?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Makes sense then. Okay. Character loyalty.
Yeah,
I understand.
I picked the struggle character. Because that was kind of the mentality one of my boys told me. Rodney, he kind of got me into that mindset of playing the most difficult character. So when you do decide to make a transition, everybody feels easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pick the hardest thing, the hardest like mindset, and then you pick somebody that could just basically leap over those hurdles with no problem. You kind of feel like what's the best analogy? You know how Rock Lee had the weights? They off. You know what I mean? And your hands are you can move better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. If you pick like Magneto, when you're doing the try jumping and stuff like that, and then you start doing it with other characters, you're like, oh, it's easy.
That's fact.
With them. You know what I mean?
That's fact.
So that's kind of how my mantra is with fighting games. Pick not the hardest thing, but at the same time something that challenges you to make you, something that makes you actually play the game. So that was kind of how I go with that. But Zangief was not very good at Marvel. Not.
No.
I will say he did look good in them combo videos, but that's against somebody that's not fighting back. But
I definitely seen Geef back in the day used for the bum basher tactic. They would just bring him in, put the metal on him and shit.
Julian Robinson.
Tag him out, and now you can't. Now you
that was
can't.
His anti-Magneto. He would
Smart.
bring in Geef and freaking pick Cable Geef and.
Yo, you want to know what's crazy? You said Julian Robinson?
Yeah.
Give a little story. I don't think I've ever said this on the No Frillz podcast, but he was actually one of my first L's in tournament. I don't know if you ever remember that.
Julian?
In ChinaTownFair. This is right when I was coming as the random scrub. I was the random scrub, and I played one of my first tournaments, and I played Julian Robinson. He had Blackheart Colossus. Was it Trombone? He was playing some random shit, bro. He picked Blackheart Colossus Trombone. Because I remember the sweep. I remember I caught side blade. He sweeped my side blade into the tackle, into the fucking... The rings, yo, she lost so much. No, it wasn't Psylocke. It was a cable assist. I was playing Mad Cable Trombone at the time. And that's what. But hey, that's crazy that you mentioned that name. That's what I thought of right away. Julian Robinson, man.
Yeah, he's a trickster. He's definitely a trickster. I'm gonna tell you a story with him real quick. So Jerron brings him over to my house, right? And we're playing. I think it was. I don't know if we're playing ST or Champion Edition. We're playing something. And then Julian goes, "Can I play?" Like, yeah. He's like, "I play a little bit." Right there. Right there. From that point on, I was like, you say you play a little bit, but you know so much.
Yes, Julian is funny.
Julian will tell you like he dabbles in something, he messes with it, but no, he really plays.
That's what happened.
With the Philly accent too, right?
Yeah.
That's not Julian, but yo, Julian, one time, bro, he entered a Street Fighter 14 tournament with his homies, and I'm like, Julian, you play this game? He said, yeah, I play a little bit. I said, who you play? He said, yeah, I play T-Hawk. I said, interesting. And I'm thinking in my mind, I was like, damn, T-Hawk kind of hurts him. Does he know what he's doing and shit? And he gonna be always fucking people up.
Don't fall for it.
He always, that's literally, that's throwback.
Julian.
Yeah, Julian Robinson.
Yo, damn, but you just said Jerron Grayson and Julian Robinson. Those are two of the lamest players I know. Oh my gosh, what were they matches like? Stop. Jerron and Julian?
All right, let me ask you a question. You know what? It's gonna tie into this. What was the most single-handed match you've seen in a grand finals that might have took almost like an hour, 2 hours to finish? Because you've seen a lot of fucking matches, man.
I'm trying to remember who it was. It was a dude in Canada in Sanford, and they were playing CVS at University Pinball. So I actually traveled to this one, and it ended late, and I think some of the players had to go because of curfew. Was it? No, maybe I got my places mixed up. I think it was Denellen. Excuse me.
The break
had the curfew, and I think the arcade had to wrap it up because the matches was going too long because they had to close up. So I want to say the grand finals was maybe about a little over 2 hours.
And this is 4 out of 7 and shit, right?
Yeah,
at the time?
yeah. And it had a reset. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll stretch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this was before, actually no, this was if you remember this guy David Spence, he used to use the camcorder.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a lot of extra tapes.
David Spence.
Yeah,
Damn.
it was a lot of extra tapes to film that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yo, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Yo, don't start the match yet?
Or while he's doing this, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of low right now.
Yeah. Shit, though.
And then they would put them online, and they would be IRC or whatever, and just showing tech and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the longest match I've actually sat and witnessed. That nobody even cared who won at that point because everybody was exhausted for the whole day. But it was always a treat because it was out of towners coming in. It was what's this guy named Temujin? What's this guy's name? I forgot the guy's name. He used to wear the Canadian flag like a cape. Oh my God, what's his name?
And he was going like state to state, like recording matches and shit still, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, what's his name? I know you're talking about. With the long hair, he got the long ass hair.
Mm-hmm.
I know who you're talking about, bro. Fuck, I gotta remember his name. It'll hit me too soon. I seen this guy. That was like he was in one of the last tournaments actually.
Really?
Before the pandemic hit. Yeah. How can I not fucking remember this dude's name? I'm so fraudulent right now. I see him literally like in every tournament. I know who you're talking about.
But you know what? He knows that we know.
Yeah,
he knows that we know.
Shit.
So, another thing that we all have in common was Empire Arcadia.
That was one of my next questions, yeah.
So, tell me about when you first met the Triforce Game Master.
Okay, so the thing about arcade culture is everybody had a specific arcade that they would go to, but after a while, you kind of want to venture out, or you hear that there's a new game out somewhere else that another place got it. So I'm pretty sure I've met Triforce and the rest of these guys in passing, but we never really knew each other.
Right.
When I officially had words with him is when he came to ChinaTownFair with some of his dudes, and I guess maybe Sanford probably tipped him off to come and see what was going on. I'm not too sure how he got there. But
I remember that, yeah.
He tried to come thinking it was going to be a hostile takeover. He also learned. So
You'll be playing that old school Ryu, like motherfuckers jump, he's gonna crouch and fist your ass. Not sure you can. He's gonna crouch and fist your ass. That's throwback right there.
I remember specifically because he told me this kind of ties into when they had wanted me to join. He had a dude, I think his name was Teddy, that tried to play Alpha 3.
Teddy.
And
Teddy with the
long hair. Yeah, the long hair. And he picked Ken. And if anybody truly knows me, I hate Ken.
Wow.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you why I hate Ken.
Ken is my
favorite.
I'm gonna tell you why.
All right, go ahead.
Every bodega had a Ken player. You know what that feels like? Okay. So
I was one of them, man.
Me too.
So
USA.
either the bodega had a Ken or a Guile, and it was character locked. Yeah. So there was really no choice. So I never really got a chance to enjoy Ken. Maybe that's why I hate it. But I hated Ken, and then Chinatown. All right, this is gonna speak ill, but all the Asians played Ken, and that's crazy. It started to irk me. So I used to play Geef and just destroy Kens. That was my thing. I was like, all right, if I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna make him hurt.
Yeah.
So Teddy came and he interrupted me, basically, like when you playing or whatever. I won't say interrupt, but he put his coin in and he was like, yo, let's go. Pick Ken. I bet. Watch him. Apparently, Triforce was watching this. I didn't know.
Okay.
So, from his point of view, he was like, every time you spun him, you grunted, hate Kens. I don't know if this is true. But I can't say that it would be a lie, because I really did dislike Ken in the arcades. So, he also wanted, kind of like Sanford, they wanted to know who plays what and who does what. And I guess that's when he approached everybody on their own terms, and whenever he saw the moment fit to have people join Empire Arcadia and things of that nature. But that was my first meeting with him in the actual arcade setting, where it was him, it was Sanford, it was Jerron, and he brought some others who weren't as good as Sanford and Jerron. It was just like, I noticed that from the bat. I was like, oh, so if this is a war thing, those are your generals and these are your soldiers. Your soldiers is trash. So, you know, and then more and more the organization basically started to gather members and stuff like that, which was kind of interesting, because looking back at it, I was kind of like the liaison for everybody, because no matter who wanted to join or play in the arcades, there was like a, not real beef, but a beef, like, yo, I don't like how this guy plays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like how they didn't like John's style, or they didn't like Arturo's style, or it was like, you know, people didn't favor turtling. So it was like, I don't want to roll with this dude. I don't want to.
Damn.
Lane,
Shoot.
Oh,
There was some style discrimination,
yeah.
boy.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like, are you turtle? Are you turtle?
He's lame.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's lame.
Nah.
He's turtles.
Yeah,
Yo, imagine be like, yo, where you at? Yo, I'm meeting over here at Wohop. Yo, who you with?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm with Jimmy such and such and such.
Bro.
Oh, he turtles. Nah.
bro. Nah, it's not even like that.
Imagine,
but,
I'm just saying, I know. I'm just like,
but you're not far off. It was like, you know what they want to say, but they can't say it like that, because it's like, yo, you mad petty, because this is not game no more. We just trying to eat. But it's like, I don't like how you play. I don't like that dude. I don't know why, but I don't like that dude. And I always was one that got that vibe, but for some strange reason, I was able to talk to each one of them. I guess because I was greeting them at the arcade or whatever the case may be. So I didn't see the real issue. So I like when Empire started, it was kind of like, yo, that guy's a cool dude.
Yeah.
That guy's a cool dude. And then like basically help get people, you know, together as far as the gaming goes. So I'm like, all right, his Triforce's purpose was to basically get gamers to just do things as a group anyway. So I'm like, yo, all right, you nice in your respective game, like just bury whatever hatchet that you had and just, you know, collaborate or something. And then I saw a lot of friendships form and a lot of bonds and stuff like that, and it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like, I don't see the whole isolated a person for liking another game versus, you know, what you like. Because all in all, y'all still pressing buttons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all community based. Now, communities, that's a different story. But if y'all all in the same box, like, just get together, get it over with, and just do what you do. Play, have fun.
You know what's crazy? Just to touch up on that. So when I came in Empire Arcadia, that's when I noticed like all of the players, like, you know, like Mewtwo King, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just a couple of people. You feel me? And that's when I noticed like we was tight niggas. Everybody was just playing different games. Now when like we went on our own, when things got bigger, that's when I realized that the Smash scene and the FGC scene is like so separated. I was like, wow, really? I was always with a crew where all them joints is just under one roof. Like this is a like. And then this is when it really hit me. It's like, yeah, Smash is not considered fighting games. And I'm just like, interesting, but it's two characters fighting. I'm like, all right, you know, I bet, you know what I'm saying? I hear you, I hear you. But that's when I really like started realizing things, like in terms of community, like what you were saying, just in general.
So I mean, it's crazy because, you know, like the whole concept of a melee game, like having this like its own genre, and I'm like, you know, from like you said, to me it looks like the same thing. Like you're fighting against this dude, right? It's why would that not be part of the FGC? But
it is what it is. I don't knock them, you know. That's just based on my experience of how I saw things. You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because a lot of the people that was in Empire, they played both.
I think
like, they played Smash, like Kevin, like the twins. They played Smash.
That's what I played Smash with. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And they played other stuff too.
I think the reason why the FGC and Smash Brothers aren't together is crazy. It's the age limit.
Yeah.
Now there is no age limit to having fun and playing games, but what the FGC was supposed to represent was supposed to be, in my opinion, an adult version of what Smash is.
Right.
Now, I could be 100% wrong with that, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Smash as the games for the youth.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's a disconnect because, yeah, anybody at any age could jump into these games. It's not hard per se as far as, you know, getting into it. Mastering it is a different story, but getting into it, it's just like any other game. You just pick up and play. But the same kind of gatekeeping we kind of have, it's everywhere, no matter what. You know, it's nothing we can really do about it, but just accept it for what it is. And I think the Smash community is just that new breed that was just like, you know, we don't like how y'all did what y'all did, so we just gonna come up with our own thing.
Right.
You know, and it's the way that they go about doing it. It's their, I guess, their flavor that just makes it go, you mad cocky. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, we took our ass whoopings in the arcade to get where we are. We forged it, but y'all grinded in your own way, but it's not the same as ours. It's not, because, you know, I could give you like 3 examples.
They're not spending money.
One, you don't know who your opponent truly is. You don't know that person. You know what I mean? Because there's many a days you'll go to an arcade. Well, not even arcade, a bodega. And you'll have a dude playing Ken who don't look stable. And you like, yo, I know I could beat him very easily, but he don't look all there.
Yeah.
So if I do beat him, I got to make it look convincing, or I just give him the game after I beat him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think any Smash player could say that they had a situation like that where they risked, you know, catching an ass whipping for being good. You know what I mean? And it's not to down them because it's a different time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you gotta hear us too.
Yeah.
You gotta hear us.
That's a fact. It was different in them arcades, boy. You beat somebody a certain way.
For real.
If they don't like it,
you might catch one.
And don't let you be like young and good, because then most of the people at the arcade, you know, they was teenagers, they were older. You know, they bodies naturally more developed. You're a little dude in there, you nice, but you're not seeing them. You know
I see somebody catch a fade. I mean, my brother was the one that pretty much served the guy, but that's just near or there. That's
I heard your story. Yeah. It happens, man. It happens. You happen to be good. Just shout out to Javits. He was a young prodigy. I remember when he came to CF, he was a youngin', and I was like, yo, he's a little genius. He know what he's doing, and then look at him now. Yeah. You know, that passion. But the cultures, I think it's just a generational gap is why the players in one game kind of feel certain way towards the other. And, you know, we in the PC era, so I can't really speak.
Man, I look at the FGC like a big old barbecue, man. Everybody brings something to the table, you know what I'm saying, to make the barbecue exciting. That's how I look at it, you know. So,
but you know what was crazy for me back in the arcade days? So, like, this is before I found out about the whole FGC, right? And you know, I would just go to an arcade or bodega or pizza shop, right?
Right.
And I would never know, like, when a new game was dropping.
Yeah.
I would just go there and there'd be a new game there. But anytime I went, I always wondered, people already knew how to fucking play. Like, people knew how to do special moves. I'm like, yo, like, when Street Fighter 2 first came out, dude was on there playing Guile. I'll never forget. He was the first character I seen. And he's throwing Sonic Booms, walking back. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. I'm like, damn, he's throwing a lot of fireballs. Like first of all, I thought it was Netic Boom, right? So I'm like, yo, how's he doing that?
Neck booms.
I'm like, how do you know how to do that? So you know.
Yep.
The old.
I was just about to show you the marquee.
The side. Yeah, the marquee. Yep.
The panels. Yep.
So I was like,
sitting there like, how do you?
So wait. Then I go pick him up, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, you know, how's he doing this? I'm like,
oh, before you go further into that story, let me ask you: did you ever drop an extra coin just to learn how to do something without somebody beating on you?
Oh yeah.
That was our training mode.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm trying to say. It's a different mindset.
Hold on. I was like, one second. Let me try something. Like when I first seen Shoryuken, right?
Oh.
I seen Ken's down fierce. So I was like, oh, okay. So it's easy to do the Shoryuken. All you gotta do is down fierce, and then you gotta jump real quick. I swear to you, that's how I thought you had to do it. So I'm like, because the animation kind of looked the same. So I used to like,
you know what? That's not a bad way to look at it though.
Nah, that's a bad way, bro.
I'm like, yo, he's not jumping.
No, in terms of like animation, he's literally looking at the minute detail of the animation.
Yes.
Oh, he crouching fish. So if you put the
jump with it,
you put the fire on it.
Yeah.
I can't even blame you, bro. I can't.
So like, then I finally asked this dude. I'm like, yo, with the Sonic Boom, I couldn't do it. I'm like, how you doing that? Because I'm like, I'm doing all type of combinations, not no DP motions. I'm just like,
yeah, and it comes out. Yeah.
So he was like, now you gotta walk back. He ain't say charge. He said you gotta walk back and then forward in a button. So I was like, bro, I was walking back for like 10 seconds.
My man was looking at Gal's boots.
I was like, yeah, I was watching the boots. Sonic Boom. I was like, oh, I was like, I did it. All I did was play Guile just because I could do Sonic Boom. And then when Cash was telling me like, Ken, his fireball is like, it's like this. I'm like, oh, I don't gotta walk back first. Done. That's the guy.
Like
Done.
that.
I was like, no walk back. I was like, oh, Frey, I'm in here.
Was you lazy and didn't want to do the DP as the anti-air, so you crouch your fist?
No, I did DP. I did DP. A lot of
people didn't know about that.
I did DP, but I did it. I used to go like forward, down, and then like a rotation. I used to go
forward fireball.
Yeah, but I used to rotate all the way,
bro,
to make sure.
Let me tell you when I started really paying attention to motions. This is crazy. This story, right? Like I wasn't really looking at nobody's hands. I would just go by feel how I'm hearing it, right? Mm-hmm. When I saw Omar Briggs. Shout outs to Omar Briggs. Keep doing scimitar hyper super so fucking smooth off the ground. I'm like,
yeah.
Yo, he was like so
his shit was
scimitar
long.
super is basically you cancel the scimitar mid and then you do the air hyper viper beam, right? And it's an uppercut, right?
Yeah, the scimitar is an uppercut.
Yeah,
and then you have to do a fireball motion with both
punches. He used to do them bitches. He'd be like, viper beam. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm like, yo, how'd you did this shit? You know how he's talking. I mean, he had a little lisp on him and shit. So he used to be like, yo, I did double fireball.
He's like, yeah, double fireball. You'll get a scimitar. I was like,
what? I was like, wait a minute. And then a lot of shit just started sinking in. You know when you just go in the rabbit holes, like, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. That's why I was getting DPs when I tried to do the double fireball super.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like, it was just mad shit started clicking in. Like, oh, my God. Like, I just had the epiphany. Like, oh, wow. I figured it out. It was one of those. Yo,
That's cool, man. That's cool.
I saw Omar Briggs' hands. Every time I seen him do fist, I knew it was on his way, right? So I look at his hands like, oh. And I seen him do the double fireball. Mad fast. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. That's another thing, too. Yeah. Arcade culture, you can look at hands.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
shout out to that, man. I caught him at time.
Shout out to Sam for doing that too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think I said that story on the No Frills.
Yeah.
This was fucked up, B. I think I said that. Yeah.
You could look at hands.
But you know how I used to catch him though? I'll be like back here, and I look at him real quick. I do like some stupid movement. I'll be like this, like, and I call motherfuckers looking like this. Look.
Yes.
Corner of the eye.
Only on Magneto though. Nobody else. I don't want to know the character.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
I used to always want to play on player one side because when I was holding back, like I would just be like this too.
Yeah.
With the elbows.
Yeah.
And so I was like, nah. I was like, let me be on that side. Cause we was playing on the tight captain, not the big one, the tight one.
Bro, not for nothing. But this is how you know you throw back if you play fighting games on the arcade. So, you know, when I was young, I was a little skinnier, if you will, like real skinny. Like we ain't eat skinny. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But a heavy set motherfucker pulled up.
Your arms is under his arms trying to play?
I'm like, yo. OD, no disrespect to the big bro, you know what I'm saying? I was big too, you feel me? Like huge, you know what I mean? So like, when I used to definitely play plays and I used to see it, like I used to always remember this one kid, bro. He used to pull out, his name was Jimmy. Not Jimmy the Beast, it was another Jimmy. He used to pull up, bro. OD, and I'm like, fuck, and it's the small marble to come shit. And I mind you, I don't care that he was big, I'm not playing with it, but yo, I couldn't play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you veering off to the side. You sitting there, your motions is all fucked up. You think you holding down forward.
Yeah, come on. This shit was OD. I was like, damn, bro. That's throwback, man, for sure.
Oh gosh. So, okay, so you met Triforce, and you've been to the Game Express in Harlem, right?
Yeah, I've been to the Game Express.
Okay, so yeah, he was around that time. Yeah. When so he came down, you met Triforce in Chinatown, and then Empire started to form and everything like that. Now, in your eyes, right? Like, what was the tournament scene like in your eyes in Chinatown? And like, what was your whole take on it in terms of like competition, like the New Jacks coming? Like, what was your perspective of the whole arcade tournament scene?
Oh, this could go dark. All right, so what I saw,
no frills, baby.
What I saw was a lot of the players, the locals, who were hating on each other, try to get together very last minute to grind for a tournament.
Wow.
And that animosity that people had towards each other based on gameplay and styles, it was kind of crazy because it's like, okay, You wanted to beat that guy. I mean, nobody wants to get beat up on, but you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, you're not showing the best. You're not trying to strategize. You're not trying to do nothing. And then when tourney comes, these are the same people that are trying to cheer you on. And I'm like, yo, but you just hated this man like 4 days ago. You didn't want to spar with him. You didn't want to lab with him. And now he's getting washed by whether it's somebody from Canada or somebody from Florida or somebody from Texas. That was my way of seeing the tournament scene. And it was like, you know, it was like pre-Justin was they always hated on him because of his style. And then like the very last minute at the tournament, he's your New York savior type nonsense.
Yes.
So it was like
I've heard.
Yes.
So, you know, that's just me looking like a fly on the wall, what I saw. But as far as like people coming in, yeah, New York was always welcoming people to come in, and then you would know if somebody was special there because, you know, they kind of got the red carpet. They got to play a lot of the best players, you know what I mean? And for some strange reason, when they put their token up, they was automatically next.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yo, let him go. Let him go.
Like, he's not from here. Let him play. Let him play. You know what I mean? And then y'all try to either learn him or demoralize him for the tournament coming up.
Yes.
So, you know, it was
Kelly, man.
Yeah.
I started getting good, man. I started pulling up to that machine. Like, yo, let him play. Yo, son, that
red carpet.
That brought me back. You know, yo, can he play next, please?
Please.
Can he play next? Sure. You know, the guy that was waiting for like 5 matches. Sure.
Oh,
go ahead.
Man.
But
you know who was like that? Shaheed.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Shaheed, man.
Shout out to Shaheed for sure.
Shout out to Storm Said Cable.
Fuck was
Legs,
that, bro?
leg back.
You remember that guy? He used to pull up, bro. He used to put the 1 foot in the back, and he'd be like,
He used to look back, shoot me. His foot stretching out.
Yo, the
straight
people
stance.
The
Yeah,
people
like
next to the DDR machine had to get on the machine when he was
like, what? What's he doing?
The stances.
Yeah, you had some characters.
He looked like he was stretching. You know, you put the front foot forward, you bend your knees.
Like you doing lunges, just there.
Yeah.
Like, yo, does that make him play better?
I don't know what that was about.
He was into it.
He said Sanford came on the wrong day.
I like that. You know, humbling experiences is what really gets you to that point in terms of leveling up. So that was definitely one of his. And you know how I know that was a very humbling experience? That was literally the exact same story he said, but from your point of view. Which is crazy.
They was beating everybody in CVS until I think they ran into Arturo, was it?
It might have been Arturo or dealing with Eddie Lee. Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah, it was one of them, and they was having trouble with that person. But he said they was running amok until one of them got. I think he actually beat Arturo.
But even then, I'll say this for Sanford and Jerron, as far as them just showing up with that moxie, I was like, those guys are gonna get so much better if they continue what they're doing, and they don't let their losses bother them. This is before I know how Sanford any loss bothers him, but before like getting to know him, I saw that he had that spirit, and I don't know, like when him and Jerron came, they came to game, they came for business. They didn't really socialize. It's not like they didn't have trust issues with people, but they really had their eyes on they had focus.
Yeah.
So like,
I
realized the only way to break their focus is to befriend them, cause like that'll just basically get their guard down. And then that's when I saw that like Sanford started to be more vocal, more talkative and stuff like that. And he lost more. It was kind of crazy. He lost more when he talked more. So, you know, between him and Jerron never really spoke. So it was kind of like a treat to get Jerron to speak his mind on something.
Shit, it'd be like that now, freaking years later.
Yo, it's so sick that they best friends and they so opposite
Polar
when
opposites.
it comes to games.
Polar opposites.
Sanford, you know, we know Sanford gets salty when he loses. Yo, Jerron can lose
Cool
30
as a
straight,
cucumber.
and he will not be salty.
Cool as a cucumber.
You know what it is? He'll be upset at something if it's something that he really can't stop. But he won't say it vocally.
Yeah, he won't.
He'll just get here like. Shit. And then he'll get up and take those long lunges. You know how he be taking those long ass lunges? And he's just buggy, you know what I'm saying? But you'll never really hear his afterthoughts or nothing. He'll just come back next time and either he'll do better or he'll do worse, or he'll just have a better understanding where the matches will be better.
Yeah, he'll nod a lot. He'll nod a lot.
Yeah, man. Damn, bro. This is fucking throwback. You know what I bumped into another day, man? I don't know if I said it in the last podcast, but I found VHS tapes, kid.
Wow.
Bro, and it's the tapes when we was at Eddie Lee's crib.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's
Blue
crazy.
Blue Jay brung the tapes, right?
Yeah.
It was the sets with me and Josh, me and Eddie. You was playing too. Mad people was playing. Justin was there, but he didn't play no casual. He was just like chilling with us.
Yeah.
I remember that. But literally, bro, I got 4 tapes. This shit is crazy. I found that I was like, yo, OD.
Sitting on gold.
Yeah.
Sitting
So
on gold.
I told people on Twitter about that. They was like, yo, man, like, yo, upload that up, like download it so it won't lose. Because apparently, like the VHS tape, the little tape, it doesn't last forever, obviously. So like, you could actually lose the footage. Like I could probably crack the tape by mistake and I'll lose the footage. Type shit. So man, that's interesting, man. Just seeing that, damn, taking those L's live.
So now, Norman. So your life throughout the FGC wasn't really a solo one.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Not at all. Not at
so
all.
let's talk about the wife and everything like that, because when I met you, she was always in the picture. And what's cool was she was into games too.
Yeah. So she apparently found
Chinatown. Tell her people who she is.
Elizabeth.
Okay.
She calls herself Harlem Heroine. So she was shopping in the area, and obviously ChinaTownFair is very loud, so it basically was just, I guess it was DDR that was just loud as hell. So she came in to see what it's about, and obviously black man in a Chinese arcade. We started talking or whatever, and then basically here we are now. To sum it up.
God damn, that's beautiful.
The arcade scene, it was like maybe 3 girls that actually came to Chinatown.
Now, was she from Harlem also?
No, she was actually from Long Island. She used to work at World Trade.
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
She was just shopping in the general vicinity, and then we kind of met.
Okay, okay.
Here we are now, 20 years later.
Yeah, I just had an anniversary. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. That's terrific, man.
Yeah.
That's great. I think my memory's foggy on it, but I felt like y'all played, or she played at quite a few like portable games.
She did play portable games, but when we came to the arcade, obviously you can't sit in the corner. Right, yeah. So she was interested in seeing the games that I was playing, and then I helped her learn some of the, like, basically fine tune her to basically defend herself in the ChinaTownFair, because everybody's a savage in there. It's no lie. So it was like, all right, I can't come in here and like just let you play get washed, because then I'm gonna have to want to play too. So I'm like, all right, let me show you some cheap stuff. You know, we got the Dreamcast, so she had the Green Goblin or whatever. So I taught her how to do the Tiger Knee, and I kind of gave her the Mr. Miyagi type thing. I was like, all right, do 10 dragon punches on the left, then do 10 dragon punches on the right until you're comfortable with it, or whatever the case may be. And then I started showing her the cheap stuff. But I just wanted to like get her fundamentals to par. Like, all right, yeah, you lost, but know how you lost.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't want to play like this, because you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. You're gonna look. I'm like, just look at yourself doing it.
Why is that always a thing? Like,
yeah. Like pressing a button faster is not gonna make you win.
They just feel like it's gonna do either more damage or just get random moves.
Yeah. I said move your hands with purpose. I said, first of all, you're gonna tire yourself out. I said, just move with purpose. Move when you need to. Just block. It's a thing. Just block.
Yeah.
And just when you see the opportunity, take a shot. If it don't work, it don't work. And then, But she basically, she got lucky in a sense where I'm a gamer. I have all my stuff. So she don't even ask about the latest game. She just move over and it's there. So, she's if she's interested, she'll play. If she's not, she won't. But the cool thing is, like you were saying, how somebody can just get onto a game and be familiar with it, which is kind of cool because, the Shoto term is being thrown around as of late. A lot of fighting games have that play style where you can play as a Shoto because there's a projectile, there's an anti-air, and there's stuff like that. So you can use that in a lot of fighting games, and, it's never really changed. That formula still works. Like you said, it's just one guy on the left fighting one guy on the right. As long as you could read energy bars and maybe super bars, you know what the gist of the fight is. So that's kind of how she got into playing the fighting games and, you know, understanding the passion that I had about it and, you know, the whole chess match about it. And then it's another thing, like when you're playing people in a face-to-face head-to-head setting, you can see what irritates them, you can see what irks them, and you can capitalize on that. So that was kind of one of the things also. And I said, you know, being as that you're a female, you're gonna basically have an advantage right off the bat because they're gonna assume you don't know what you're doing.
Yes.
So you know, I'm showing you advanced shit that even some of the guys don't know how to do. So it's like, you game? Oh, she know what she's doing. I might have to play harder. And I'm like, that's what you want to improve anyway. So she, and a lot of the girls that used to go to Chinatown, they don't believe in mercy wins. You remember Q? They don't believe in mercy wins. They don't believe in that.
I used to bust her ass, boy.
You had to.
I used to bust like no mercy. This is like right when I started getting good with like MSP and shit.
Yeah,
like, I'm
you
mixing
had
this shit.
You had to.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how we blossom. And I mean, we still game according, you know, with the. I actually have an arcade cabinet in my crib, so at any given time we'll play something or whatever the case may be.
What games do you have on there? You got a like a.
It's like a main cabinet, so it's it's a smorgasbord of everything on it.
What's your favorite game to play together?
Second Impact.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Second Impact. What characters?
Akuma. We cheat.
Straight John Gordon?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to John Gordon.
John Gordon.
He said, yeah, we cheat.
He said, we cheat.
Man, but you know what? One thing that I have realized during the years, you know, even when I like followed you on Facebook, just when I first started like noticing about social media shit, you know, when you can connect with people that you usually know on an arcade base, but you can kind of see them on the day-to-day. Dude, I've noticed you collect a lot of shit.
Yeah, I do.
You collect a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah, I do.
Like, there's always something to do. There's always a new game. I see you on Facebook talk about games that are imported. I'm like, what fucking game is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I know you collect a lot of shit. Like, do you just hold sentimental value? You just want to know in the back of your mind, like, man, I really like this shit. I'm keeping it around.
Well, sometimes you know, you buy a game and you want to just give it a shot. You really don't care if anybody's into it. Sometimes you land on something that's really cool, and then everybody likes it all of a sudden. It's kind of like the back in the day Nintendo bit. Like, you find that one good cartridge, nobody's seen a commercial for it or anything like that. Like Battletoads, it never really had any kind of advertisement, but you told people about it. Like, yo, Battletoads is fire.
Shit is mad hard. That's all I kept
hearing.
hearing.
Y'all about to say that shit was hard.
Yeah,
that's what I kept hearing.
And then when you seen games like Ninja Gaiden, be like, yo, it looked like a damn movie.
Yeah,
that music was full.
So that's kind of where I would like. It's like the whole don't judge a book by its cover, just give it a shot.
Yep.
Before I start passing judgment, so I would just like, you know, all right, it's within budget, I'll give it a shot. But a lot of the games is usually word of mouth from somebody else, or sometimes taking a shot, because now, you know, games go up in price. You know, 60 bones a game, and that's not import price. That's average. You know, back in the days, our games were like 30, 40. And then again, if you do like a flea market thing, you like 10, 20.
Yeah.
All right, you ain't got a booklet, but you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of how my growth of games, basically, how I've expanded with gaming. But again, you know, when we all play something that feels like something else, because like you could play Street Fighter, I could throw Fatal Fury right in your hands, you do the same thing.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. You can vibe. So, you know, and a lot of those games, there's not just one, it's like 5 to 10 games of that. So you already got 10, you have 10 game knowledge by just playing one. You play Street Fighter, you can play just about every KOF with minimal knowledge. But you'll advance, you'll get better.
Yeah.
But, you know, the fundamentals never really leaves you.
Nope.
You know, so that's kind of why I have a lot of fighting games. But the other games were kind of like rainy day games, you know, shout outs to basically being home for a whole year. So I was able to enjoy and see other things. And, you know, it comes down to the why people discredit other people for liking something else. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, have you ever even tried it? Give it a shot. You never know. It might be cool. So, I mean, that's kind of why I just kept up the surplus of just playing random games or just getting new games and stuff like that. It's kind of like being a historian, because you start to relate one game with another in some way, shape, or form, because not a lot of games have any creativity in a sense where it's new. Like, you know the plot before you even get into the game. Like, you can know, all right, this guy's gonna be the bad guy later on. Kind of like manga, you know what I mean? You kind of see who's gonna be the traitor or who's gonna be the bad guy. So, you know, you play a handful of games, you start associating them with other games. It's not always true, but you get the general gist of what it is to play stuff. So that's kind of why my collection is the way it is.
Now, do you also collect like any form of like old school action figures, toys, and things? Like that?
I'm a hobbyist. I do have a bunch of Transformers.
Okay.
Oh, I was just about to ask you
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. So, I just recently, for some strange reason, I don't know why, I just started building a Funko Pop collection, and like, it scared me because like I just started just going, oh, buy. Oh, he's my favorite. Buy. Oh, he's my favorite. Buy. I probably have I probably bought at least like 25, 30 Funko
Oh,
Pops.
that's a nice start.
Yeah.
Yo,
yeah.
I see, bro, that shit gets out of hand. I see people with walls of that shit. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
Speaking of figures, I had 3D printed something. I spoke about it. You might have to wait though, because you know that old man Burgess joke kind of. Yeah, that might.
Oh.
You might have to wait though.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Magnesh.
Magnesh, LK color too.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Magnesh.
Well, yeah, you used to crack my man over.
Yeah.
How did you do this?
Use a cracking 3D printer.
You have a 3D printer?
Bro, it's COVID. What I was gonna do?
You know how to do this type of thing?
That's fire. That
Bro.
shit, I'm hanging that in the
Oh,
office.
I need to hit you up to 3D print some pivots for us, man.
Can I show you something?
Absolutely.
That's all you get to see. That's all you get to see. That's all you get to see. I got you. Don't worry. I got you.
Chill, my man.
We
right
spoke.
there,
We spoke
boss.
on the stream. I know you got
man
so many
Magnus
people,
today
so
for a
you
second.
can't really have that one-on-one.
I know.
But I was like,
know.
I just needed him to just see my one request.
Ah. Oh.
It's cool, huh?
Oh yeah. He said LK version. So like I said, I got a lot of Funko Pops.
We
I
gonna
definitely-
skip on the joke though.
What?
You know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Talking about that old man Burgess crack I used to use when I was only 20. You forgot? I didn't forget.
I actually did forget.
What? Oh. See, that's true bullying right there. When you don't forget that you bullied somebody.
He meant that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did,
meant
he
that
did.
shit. That's what it is.
I don't know what
But
you're
I remember
talking
some
about.
stories too.
So
good looking out, brother.
Yeah.
That's love, man. That's fucking love right there.
So I really wanna. I have a real interest in getting combiners
Oh,
What's that?
Okay.
What's that?
from Transformers.
Transformers.
Like Devastator.
Okay.
Oh,
Bruticus.
that's what you call those?
Yeah, the combiners.
Yeah, because they combine into one big one. It's like a whole bunch of little ones that come out. Yeah.
Those are fire to me.
Yeah.
You have Devastator, huh?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it? Yes,
Yes,
you
sir.
do have that. It was your Devastator. I think you
Yeah.
first.
You got Power Rangers or?
Nah.
So what
See,
what
here's the thing
combiners
about
you have?
Devastator, Bruticus, Superion, Defensor.
Dang, shit, he got all the shit. He got the shit. What the aerial bots form who again? Superior? Is that Superion?
Superion. Yeah, Superion.
I want him.
And what's the Predaking?
Yeah.
Predaking. Yeah.
Damn, man. I think Superion and
Superion was the planes and the
Bruticus.
jets.
Bruticus
Yeah.
is probably my
Bruticus
favorite.
was
I love the
tank and
Stunticons.
all that Stunticons. Yeah.
That shit is in your man cave, all that shit?
And Combaticon was man.
I don't have it yet.
No, your Funko Pops. And all
Oh yeah,
It's in
yeah,
your
yeah.
cave? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So could you take them apart and put them together from memory?
From memory, the old ones.
Okay.
The newer ones now have unique ways to build them up, and they're expensive. So
okay.
I'm like, all right, I can't play with this like I did back in the day.
Fuck.
But the details on them now, it's like it's unreal. You know what they could do with just molds of plastic. They can make something look realistic now as far as the show goes. And you got artists that actually paint them in such a way where you can cell shade paint them where they look like the cartoon. So it's like I've seen
Oh, like
so
literally
much.
like come to life, like for real,
Yeah.
okay.
And speaking of Transformers and all that, you know there's a talking Optimus Prime that just came out, right? And he transforms on command, bro. You talk to him and he transforms.
That's OD.
And the voice is the Peter Cullen. Same.
Oh, stop playing.
yeah.
Stop playing. That's OD.
So you just tell him to
Voice
transform?
command transform?
Yeah. And he says it. Yeah.
You got that?
I pre-ordered it. They got me.
How much?
Again, it was pre-COVID, so
How much is it?
Oh, he now you don't want to deal with the scalpers, but if you wanted to buy it like a normal citizen, $700.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Make him transform. That's not a bad.
Nah,
That's
but
not bad.
All right,
No, it's fire.
No, don't do that. Look at the sneaker game.
Okay.
Look at the sneaker game.
He said, don't knock that.
Do that.
Passion is passion, right, man? Fuck that. Look at what you like.
I ain't saying
don't
I
do
wouldn't
that.
do it though. I ain't say I wouldn't do it.
Don't
I
do
ain't say
that.
I wouldn't do it.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Stop.
Yeah. Well, speaking of throwback,
Yeah.
I see you got some Thundercats on you.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's like one of the first things. Like I haven't seen Norman in like mad long, first and foremost. So like the first thing I said was like, oh shit. And then you pulled it out that you got no glasses. That's how I knew I ain't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know. I was gonna ask about the glasses too.
Yeah, that's what I did.
The joke was 2020 was supposed to be the year of vision, and this is not my vision that I wanted.
Well, that's balls, Dave. I ain't think about that.
It didn't go the way I wanted it to be. So,
but yeah, now just to touch up on the throwback, my brother. Give me your top 5 cartoons. We usually on the No Frillz podcast, we'll ask something around the lines, maybe pop culture. It could be literally random. Don't even matter.
Cops.
But in your case,
We're gonna start with Cops.
the actual cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bulletproof vest. He's black, bro.
BP vet, yo, you know about me? I know. That's
It's crazy. He brung that
It's
up.
crime fighting time.
As of late, the Bionic 6 is growing on me again.
Okay.
It's growing on me again.
You got them episodes?
Yeah, bro. Come on.
This is your top 5 right here. We talking about.
Yeah.
All right,
Hold
so
on,
Cops,
hold
Bionic 6.
on. Wait. Time out. Before you even continue, name me every member of the Bionic 6.
Rock 1.
Uh-huh.
Meg. Sport 1.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna count the monkey? I hate the monkey.
No, we don't gotta count the monkey.
It was the father, the mother, and what's the IQ? Black dude.
I think you're forgetting
No,
somebody.
Karate 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay.
As long as we don't count the monkey, me and John had to talk about that.
Who's your favorite?
He said, this is hard, because
Damn, he took me back. My man.
I like IQ.
Okay.
Because he was strong for no reason, but he didn't like to fight.
He
He didn't like to fight, but he could do his thing. He was strong.
My favorite is Karate 1.
Yeah.
I love Karate.
I don't remember
I
shit.
love
I don't remember shit of that show, bro.
Yo,
Alright,
you
so
Bionics?
they-
on.
So
I remember it, but I don't remember
to
shit
sum
of
it
it.
up, they wore yellow spandex suits and they were strong as hell, and they used to say Bionics on. That was about it. That's the best way to describe it in like 5 seconds.
Now, how did they get their powers again? Didn't they get injured?
Nah, I think you're talking about the TV show now with that one. I don't think they got injured, man.
No.
'Cause you know what?
No.
The
Before
first
they got their
episode-
bionic
well,
powers.
The first episode, I know they were. It was a science. No, it was a project that made them the way they did.
Yeah, no,
it
but
wasn't an injury.
I thought they got hurt first, and then they had to do
Nah.
that to stay alive.
Nah, you talking about the actual TV show with the $6 million man and the girl? Come
Damn,
on, bro.
oh shit, I'm crossing. Okay, you got
But
it.
it ain't that far off with the powers and all that. But yeah, so it was Cops, it was Bionic 6, Turtles.
Okay,
Turtles.
who's your favorite turtle?
Donatello.
Yo, okay, you and Jerron some Donatello fans. Okay, I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah.
I'm a Leo guy.
I know.
Leonardo.
I mean, I like Leo, but you know, he needs Donnie. He needs him.
Ooh, talk about it.
He needs him.
Talk about it. So what you're saying is,
oh no.
in order for Leonardo to strive, he needs Donnie.
Yeah. How he gonna get places?
This is cut and dry. This
How
is
you gonna get
facts.
places?
Chris, talk to me.
How you gonna get places?
All right, listen. I'm gonna say this now. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. Donatello is a extremely important piece to the Turtles, right?
Yeah.
Extremely.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna get them through the shredder.
Fighting
Sorry.
wise, yeah, he's not tempered.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
not
okay,
tempered.
okay,
He's not
okay,
tempered.
okay,
He's
that's
not
fair.
tempered. But he's the best utility. He's the best utility. Leo would not.
He's a guy like assist. He is.
Leo would never reach Shredder without Donnie.
Okay.
He would never reach him.
You want to get in the Technodrome? Get in it.
Yeah. He would never.
Donatello all the way.
Yeah,
You got it. You
yeah,
got
yeah.
it. Okay.
Donnie got all that.
I respect that.
Donnie got all that.
Okay.
I like that. Respectfully. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They agreed respectfully.
Yes,
It's not like that Captain America with the soldiers shit. You know what I'm saying? Usually when we have arguments here, it don't really end peacefully. It just ends how it ends. But that was very simple. I like that.
Yeah. That was 3. That was Cops. That
Bionic
was
6.
Bionic 6 and Turtles.
Growing up. Thundercats, obviously.
Who's your favorite Thundercat?
It's obviously Panthro, but I'm gonna tell you
You got
this.
the tank, B.
But I'm gonna tell you this. As I got older, I started to respect Tigra.
Oh, Tiger's godlike.
Yeah,
Tiger's godlike. Yes.
he don't do much.
He doesn't, but he's
He
godlike.
don't do much,
He's
but
godlike.
he's still in the squad, and I'm like,
You know when I really respect the Tiger more? In the Trials of Anointment.
his theme is godlike.
Yeah.
His theme is
Yeah.
godlike. It grew on me. It
Oh,
grew on me.
yeah.
I don't remember his team. I
Bum,
just
bum,
remember.
bum, 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 bum,
And this is
bum.
Yeah.
And then he had those. He
That
had
bolo
freaking,
whip?
That freaking power.
Yeah.
The mind shot. I was like, really? He has that?
Yeah. I was
was
like,
like, what?
And he don't use it.
Yeah,
Yo, he is like
he
the
doesn't.
laziest, most useful Thundercat.
Yeah.
I'm like, how? How do he's still there?
My favorite's Lion-O, but that's because I love swords. I love like for the weapon. But I think probably. Damn,
I'm gonna say
I don't
Panthos
know.
for me. He got a tank, B. He brolic.
Who's your favorite villain in the show?
I was gonna ask you that.
Oh, I already
I was
got
gonna
mine.
ask you that.
I got mine already.
I was gonna ask you that. I
Alright,
don't
you-
want to say
you want
mine
me to
yet
answer?
because I want to see if you up on this.
Alright, it's a close up. It's a close up between Safari Joe and my boy
Safari Joe does it again.
and my boy Groom,
Oh, Groom was ridiculous.
ex Thundercat.
With the
With the 1-2.
I fuck with
Groom
Groom.
was ridiculous. My man was going at wars with
My
Jaka.
man had the mane and the little helmet that his head was just yeah. That's my dude. That was my dude.
Groom the Destroyer.
Destroyer.
Groom, yes. Okay, all right. So, I'm a huge fan of the Lunatics of Plundar.
Okay.
I love the Lunatics.
All of them?
I love all of them, but one is my personal favorite.
Tugmug?
No.
Nah. Not Allura, right? Nah.
Yes.
Bro. He's so
Allura.
He
Yo.
sound like such a creeper, bro.
Yo,
my
he's
man
got
be like,
like-
you wanna give me your weapons. Like, nah, I don't like that dude.
You don't
See,
stand a
yeah,
chance. No one
Yeah,
stands
nah.
a chance against me.
yeah, he-
There's no point in fighting.
Yeah, I don't
Whatever you do, I'll have an answer.
Bro,
And then,
yeah, he-
then you just gotta collapse.
Yeah, you see how that face? Yeah, he sound kind of creepy, right?
Yo,
Like, yeah.
Take the Sight Club.
Yeah, my face. That's
like-
for the.
Yo, he's got like he got a club with a ball. He chucks the ball over. It's shining the light. He starts talking that shit. My man
Yeah.
Panther was like, he's right.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but he's right.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do. No point. Then done. He fucks with the mind. That's
he-
my guy, yo.
Yeah, he be just verbally just shutting people down.
He's my guy. When I first seen them, they first came in Mum Ra Lives. That was after the movie.
The movie was
The movie was fire.
Bro, when I saw, because the way I saw the movie, because it wasn't a movie, it was 5 separate
Yes,
episodes.
it was.
When I watched the Thunder Tank get
Yes,
flipped
it
over,
wa- yes.
oh, they got comp.
And that's when we got the 3 new Thundercats.
Yeah, Bengali,
Bengali, Pumira,
Myra,
and Linkso.
Linkso.
Yep.
The blind Panthro, bro. He was.
Yeah. My man had the freaking
The Braille board.
Yeah, the Braille board. He was the only one navigating through Dark Side, blind. He was going through the freaking caves. Yeah, that was my shit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was
And the
my
last
shit.
one.
Yo, them Lunatics came out, they bodied the Thundercats.
Oh yeah, free.
It was bust ass. It was hard counters.
Oh, yeah.
Hard counter. My man Tiger said, now you see me. Now you don't.
My man said,
he
no.
turned invisible. Yo, my man Red Eye said, wrong Thundercats. He had the infrared on him.
Yeah.
He took a freaking disc guy. He said, zapped him out. I said, oh, he caught Tiger invisible?
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Panther couldn't fight. Chitara was trying to boogie from Chilla. Chilla she said, froze her. Done.
Just run in and just stop.
Yo, Tugmug though, when he first pulled up, bro, my man Lionel was in an aircraft. My man Tugmug, first of all, he's from one of the moons of Plunder that have heavy gravity, right? So he got these bounces so he can jump mad high, basically, and he has a gravity turbine.
Yeah.
So freaking, he leaped up and scooped my man Lionel out the
the air,
plane,
yeah,
bro,
out the air.
and tackled him down. He said, what? He said, so this is the legendary sword of omens. He said, psh, snapped it. Then it went to commercial. I said, I was like, stop. Yo, these dudes OD. They was OD.
I watched that. Sorry, watch that shit.
All right, the final one is He-Man.
Ooh.
He-Man.
Ooh.
So you already know. I mean, I see that 5 is not enough because there's Voltron.
Give me an 8. Give me 8. Give me an 8. Give me a friendly 8.
All right.
Voltron.
So you gave me 5. 3 more.
There's
Prince
Voltron.
Adam.
Pirates of Dark Water was good.
Oh yeah, with Ren.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite on the Voltron Force though? Oh. Matter of fact, before that, tell me all the members that were part of the Voltron Force, cause you know somebody got changed out.
Oh yeah. When the princess and Sven, I know. Trust me, I know about this. It's the princess. It's Pidge. It's Lance. It's Hunk. And wait a minute. I said princess.
She took over. She took over.
Yeah, because she took over Sven.
Okay, Sven.
Yeah,
okay.
Sven.
Okay.
Yeah, he died. And Lotor is the man, hands down. Prince, hands down, best villain.
Yeah.
Bro, my man made something that I didn't know about as a youngin. I saw the Japanese unedited. My man would go from planets and colonize people, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Bro, my man made a pot and called it slave stew. It was just people. I was like, yo, this cartoon, yeah, I see why they edited it, because we couldn't have coped with that as kids. Nah, dudes used to get whipped. But the last one, damn, that's good. Just to mess up the balance, Smurfs. Just to mess with the balance.
Yo.
Oh, Smurfs.
Smurfs or Snorts, whatever.
Snorts.
Underwater Smurfs.
Underwater.
Underwater Smurfs. But yeah.
The Smurfs. Wow.
Don't get me wrong, I did like G.I. Joe, but it was inconsistent when trying to watch it. You know what I mean?
It was.
The movie was fire.
Oh,
but it was
God.
inconsistent. It was inconsistent as far as watching it.
Cobra. I love Serpentor.
This after man.
That's it.
Wow. He said the Smurfs. Why Papa Smurf had the red though with the beard? Why he was different?
I look at listen. You know, I said this in my stream the other day. So we was talking about DuckTales, right? And you know, it always bugs me out. Probably said this in the past in the podcast as well. How the hell was Scrooge McDuck able to dive through gold coins without breaking a bone, son?
My man was swimming in
I'm
that
talking
joint.
about, yo, he jumped from the top like that, beak first, cling, chain, and he just swimming in that shit. And I always wondered, like, yo, how his neck never broke? Because I remember I tried to punch through like mad coins before. That shit that shit don't go through like that. I'm glad I used my hand instead of my actual fucking face. It'll save on the top of something, but.
And my man's most prized possession was his number one dime.
Do you know my man used to scrap back in the day? The way they used to like comics and all that.
Scrooge?
Scrooge is a brawler.
Really?
Yes.
This one, all the ducks had the same name, same color, right?
Yeah.
They all had the same color, the red, I think it was.
Scrooge used to throw down like pugilist, like Dudley. He used to throw down. My boy put me onto that. I was like, Scrooge? Dude, just swimming money?
Scrooge.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, he used to fight. Like, fight. I was like, oh, okay. It makes sense with Donald now. It's like, oh, it's a family thing. They just all unstable.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, he took it back. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, they redoing it. So
yeah, I seen the trailer.
Netflix, I'm in.
I'm hype. I'm hype. Prince Adam of Eternity. Now, did you know He-Man had a twin, right?
You really gonna do this? You really gonna do this, man? I'm mad that her sword is better than his.
It is though. It is.
I'm so mad at it. I'm like, yo, it does everything.
Yes, Princess Adora, She-Ra. I
didn't know that.
Yeah, that's his sister.
And it's crazy. That's when they explained the origin of Skeletor.
She got kidnapped because Skeletor was Hordak's apprentice.
Yep.
And then he snatched the wrong baby.
Mm-hmm.
So
Crazy.
They both getting harassed.
Wait, this was explained in the cartoon or this is a movie?
It was explained in a cartoon
yeah.
as well as the movie.
Damn, I gotta fucking. I mean, that was dope. I saw that when I was super young. For real.
She said, like He-Man says, by the power of Grayskull, and she says,
for the
honor of Grayskull.
Yeah.
And she transforms into She-Ra, Princess of Power.
It was bad
remember
because
who that is.
music
Okay,
was
I remember
better,
who
her weapons was better.
Yeah,
but it was one of those,
Her shit was
it's a
popping.
girl show, but you know what?
I was in there. I was in there. I was watching. I was watching. It was like. But
the dudes in there, though, the dudes was kind of.
Yeah.
The dudes in that was kind of
Yo,
catered to the show.
He-Man was OD though. Like he
throw boulders.
He could do everything.
Yeah,
Like he
throw
was
boulders.
ridiculously strong. Like ridiculously. I'm like, damn. He never lose. And then he always freaking
Cringer.
and turns into Battle Cat. He always try to run from it. Done.
Those toys. There's a show on Netflix. I forgot the name of the show. I think it's The Toys That Made Me. When you get a chance.
They spoke about the Ninja Turtles, how they started and stuff. I seen that.
Watch that. Watch the He-Man episode about that. Because He-Man was really supposed to be Conan. Yeah, he's supposed to be based off of Conan. It was a money thing. It was like, let's make something. It's kind of like GoBots and Transformers.
Yep.
Another way to make money. Yeah. He-Man is literally the embodiment of Conan. That's why he's so OD.
Look at that. You know what? It makes sense, though. After seeing that, I was like, okay, it does make sense.
Yeah.
Conan the Adventurer.
When I was younger, actually,
That cartoon was so trash.
I enjoyed it.
Conan had that live action. That was with
the Star Medal.
Was that Arnold that played that? That was Conan?
Nah.
Yeah. Arnold played Conan.
You talking about the cartoon?
No.
Oh, yeah.
The movie, the actual movie.
The movie's him.
Okay.
He said.
So I think that was my 8, right? Yeah. All right.
Good stuff.
I mean, it'll switch in and out because like there's also spin-offs of what used to be what it is. Like meaning, okay, I said I like Thundercats, but there's Silverhawks, which is Thundercats in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I
basically.
mean? Just like how he said he was talking about Snorks, and I was like Smurfs, the same damn thing.
Same
So
shit,
a lot
yeah,
of
just in the water.
Yeah.
But,
So yeah, that's my top 8, I guess. Until
so let me ask you this, man. Like before we close this out.
Yeah, feel free.
How do you feel about the FGC then and now? Like, what's the biggest difference that you really see? I mean, obviously, it's a pretty cut and dry question. But the reason why I'm asking you is because you literally been there since like the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I've been asked this question a couple of times actually, just off of rip, and I've always had a different answer because it's always fluctuating and changing because you want to see games flourish. You want to see new players come up to basically, if you're still playing, you want somebody to test you to get better. And I know you guys are happy that Marvel is getting looked at now because you're just sitting there lurking like, yeah, get good so I can just destroy you. I understand that. So my thing is, yeah, you want community growth. I feel like the FGC as a whole, it never really had structure. We just kind of had unwritten rules. You know what I mean? FGC is now a moniker. We never really called it anything. We just be like, yo, let's go meet at the arcade. Let's go hang out. Let's just game.
Facts.
You know, somebody, again, just like I expected, slapped a label on it, and then this is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? FGC for them is not the same as FGC for me. You know, so I can't speak on what it is.
I like that.
But as far as like gaming as a whole, I think that now when you got people like actual actors bidding in to do voice talents, you got people getting visual likenesses to be in games like your man Redis and stuff like that. Like right now, it could only go better because I came from an era where games were just dots. You know what I mean? But you was fiercely competing with just those damn dots. And now you could just be playing in your boxes in your house by yourself. Nobody got to know at any hour of the day. That is a beautiful thing if you think about it. There are some bad parts about it. You know, people thinking that wireless is the way to go. It's not. People have no choice to do that, but that's them. But, you know, I feel like the fighting game community right now, it's basically at a standstill when it comes to developing something new as far as how the structure goes. Because like I'm seeing people complain about how Guilty Gear's lobby system is, but they kind of enjoy the game once they can get over that. And I'm like, every game has its complaints, except now complaints are being listened to more than actual people playing. You know what I mean? Like people will find a fault with something and dismiss it before it even gets its shine. Now, because there's so many people that try to, like how everybody goes one way and you want to be that one dude that goes to the left?
Yeah.
they want to go, you know what, I'm gonna give this game a shot. And if they're a influencer, I realize that influencers really do matter as of late when it comes to entertainment. If an influencer basically gives the game an A-OK, everybody's jumping on it. You know what I mean? Because it's either social acceptance, which some people, because I mean, like, most of the gamers now, they're kind of socially awkward when it comes to having conversations or one-on-ones. So they need a game or something they can relate to. Yeah. You know what I mean? So some people have a feel for it, and some you have people that just go, you know what, everybody's doing it, the cool kids is doing it, let me do it. You know what I mean? That was kind of like the Marvel 3 era. Like everybody, like, you know, Marvel 3 had its faults, but again, it's a game. It's like not every game has its faults.
Right.
You know what I mean? But to base your issues off of somebody else's game to go, yo, I'm not playing it, that's kind of a sucker's move. Like,
yeah.
Just play it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just play it. You might enjoy it. But as long as games are where they are now as far as the accessibility, like I said, Parsec, what is it, Fightcade, and of course the paid subscriptions, I think it's going to advance even more. And I think a lot of the games, this is going to suck, but I think a lot of the games of yesteryear are now going to be streamlined for current generations. And if it is, a lot of the new school players are going to get destroyed because we were quarter crunchers. So we've done this. We've done this rodeo. And, you know, I haven't won an Evo, but I know what a tournament scene is. I know what a tournament event is. I know pressure. You know, and a lot of the newer generation, they can't cope. This is their outlet. So if they feel attacked in their own bubble, they may not continue to stay. But you kind of want to see, it's just like old arcade culture where the tough ones stay and the weak ones go. It's a sucky way of saying it. Yeah. But the way it is right now, the competitive scene, I'm happy for it. It sucks the circumstances that made it be this way, because I think that a lot of people that lost their jobs, that had technical know-how, finally dipped their hands into stuff. Because what I was speaking to Yipes about earlier before the podcast was that, like, now we have light guns again. So people are now gun gaming on regular TVs, which was something that was kind of like a lost art for maybe about 10 years. You had to literally go in an arcade or now
this is true, actually.
A movie theater to play like a Terminator game or a
Time Crisis.
Yeah, you couldn't play it. Because our arcade scene is, you know.
Damn, that's true. Fuck, I have not played a Time Crisis last I've said CF. Yeah.
So, you know.
Wow.
As far as the communities go, I just think that you just need more influencers to make the jump. And, you know, you're not going to be a pro. I think that's what people are afraid of. Like, when you play a game now, you're afraid that the camera's on you. You're afraid of being an example. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not even what you say, it's how you play. Like, I'm getting washed, but am I having fun? You know what I mean? Like, am I learning? True. So I don't feel like, you know, a lot of people realize that when they play fighting games now, that they basically mentally audition themselves. And it's like, all right, you're playing in front of a lot of people. You're not going to do the coolest stuff all the time. You know, and I think those are the ones that actually excel. The ones that know past that, like, I've had more W's than I had L's, so whatever, as long as I learned from my L. You know, and I think now is the perfect time to get into fighting games because you have so many ways of learning. I mean, even if you've been kicked out of the group, the cool kids group, just go online. Yeah. You'll get better. Or you got YouTube. Oh, dude. Again, we talked about dropping in extra money just to learn moves. You got people out here, grids, frame data. Yeah. We ain't had none of that. We just went on feel. Like, yo, does this feel like it works? What was our word? Okay, so me and John used to always use this word too. Does it have priority? Yeah. Priority was the word. We didn't know priority. if it was frame safe or anything like that. We was like, does it have priority? And that's kind of what we went with. We stuck with what fighting games were supposed to be. I think that they evolved, and I think a lot of developers hate that it evolved that way. Because if you think about it, if you made a game and people telling you who made the game, yo, I think the punch should be faster, or I think the punch should be 8 frames, you're like, bro, I made the game. You sit down and play the game.
Exactly. Like you telling me about my shit? Like
and people are actually and the thing is, because influencers have that hold, they can say stuff like that, and other gamers are like, you know what? I ain't playing it either. We're gonna boycott it. And then that developer is out in the cold or whatever the case may be. So, I just feel like, to sum it up, fighting games could be better than what they are. It's up to the community to do what's needed to keep the games alive. And also, a game never really dies. A game never dies. It's, when is it gonna come back?
Yeah.
It's never really dead. It's just, when is the next one coming back? Or, situation like this.
That's true.
Make you appreciate it, because he was, like Yipes was saying, played a lot of RPGs. And I didn't figure him for RPG guy. I really didn't. It's not to discredit him, but it's just, again, when you're streaming something, it's about the audience. It's about what they want to see. I don't really watch streams of people playing RPGs, so I wouldn't expect other people to do so. But a fighting game, yeah, you know the general rules. 60 seconds, maybe 99 seconds, 2 people scrap, 3 people scrap or whatever, and that's it. So, not to go too far off on a tangent, I'm just going to stick with the core thing. I think fighting games and the fighting game community is okay to an extent. There's still no rules, which there never can be rules, because there's no one that could dictate the rules. You know what I mean?
That's
because
true.
if you're in the community, obviously there's going to be some biases. There's no one just going to have the final say. So we kind of want to just go with the same rules of what the fighting game community was in a face-to-face situation. You come at me wrong, you might catch one. Now, it seemed barbaric and wrong, but you know what? For that time, that's what we had.
Yeah.
You're asking me to change what I know. And out of that, we kind of have respect for one another. It's like, okay, we'll take it out of game if needs to be. But if we're here just playing a game, I lost. Whatever. Now we got people, they get upset. They are immediately going to Twitter. Oh, screw this guy. His mother. And I'm like, bro, he's right next to you. If you don't, you know what I mean? You don't like the way you lost, get better. Gotta hold it.
Yeah.
You just gotta hold it out.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure growing up, nobody had to tell you this. You kind of watch somebody get duffed out, and you're like, that's what I won't do.
Exactly.
That's what I won't do. But hopefully that answered the question.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was right on the money. And again, the reason why I even say that, so I have a lot of respect for my OGs. You know what I mean? Because when I came in, I was a humble fucking noob. I didn't know nobody. Mind you, I'm just so used to being around my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I wasn't really chilling in Chinatown or even think that I would even be chilling there. You know what I mean? I'm usually, like, in the hoods, around the heights and shit. So when I went to Chinatown the first time and I saw so many diverse people in one room, I'm like, man, this is so fucking cool. You know what I mean? And obviously, I see Chinese folk, Asian folks all over the place. Like, shit was a different world when I go in there. Like, it was to the point where I got so comfortable that I was looking forward to going every Friday to Chinatown. You know what I mean?
You came during the good times.
Man, a lot of people actually
did.
told me this. Like, I literally came in late 03. You know what I'm saying? And, that's when everybody was developed. Because they was telling me stories around that time. We would go, like, eat at Noodle Town.
Oh, yeah. It was a very dark and racist place. It was...
Yeah. A lot of... I was told a lot of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's stuff that I don't want to touch up on because, again, now we have this culture that everybody's ready to defend or say that you're wrong. But if you're not there, how do you know? You know what I mean? So I don't really have that conversation unless somebody really wants to know.
Shit is really delicate.
It's a delicate subject. But you're right. Like, when you came in, the dust settled. The wars were over. It was like, aight. It's not all kumbaya, but it was one of those, aight. We here the game. We civil about it.
It's kosher.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you lost, you won, good shit, and then you just keep it moving. And then you had the names. You had the reputable names. Like, oh, this guy's good. This guy uses XYZ team, and I remember watching you guys coming in. All right, I got a new team. All right, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try that. Because I remember when I first met Desmond, I met him at what was Broadway City. At one point, he had a heavyset fellow that used to hang out with him, Mike. Mike. And I remember this because this is when me and John were playing on their version. Because Henry worked there at one point. Me and John were playing Marvel. Yeah, John, I said it. You're playing Marvel. We was playing Marvel. And he
he's the shit on us though.
Yo,
By the way, oh, you Marvel players.
Yeah.
Oh, they play Super Turbo right next door.
Go pick your freaking Sentinel.
Yeah, your freaking Sentinel. Yeah, oh,
Play around.
But we were playing Marvel because we were, and again, we knew the Street Fighter motion for Tiger Knee. I don't know if you went to that one. One Hyper Viper beam can kill you if you mashed it.
Oh, Robot City?
Yeah.
Okay,
you know.
Oh yes.
So Desmond had came there, and me and John were there, and we knew how to Tiger Knee. So.
Oh God.
And then I'm trying to remember how it happened, but I think it was either me or John told him to come to Chinatown, and then that's when he showed up. We gave him the address or whatever, and he showed up. So like a lot of it's a small circle, but I remember everybody's, I guess, humble moments, and I guess this is why when you guys have your story times, somehow I'm linked in as the villain. I've noticed this, and it's not intentional. Again, this is what you used to do, and I'm like, how come they don't give him the? I mean, I get it, it's your show, but I'm like, but he do it too. Like I remember the time that Norm was a jerk and set me up to get murdered by. That's not how it happened.
I'm just a listener, Norman. I mean, I just listen because remember, I have a valid excuse. I wasn't there for all of those. You know what I'm saying? Chris was.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah.
So I'm cool. I listen. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, that's to touch up on what I was saying. I respect a lot of my OGs, man, because first and foremost, they experienced shit way before us. You know what I mean? So not to say that I have to respect all of my OGs, but the ones that actually stepped up and actually took their time out, you know, to say hi or like say what's up, or just make me feel comfortable.
Right.
In that environment. Because, dude, I came from mad arcades. I've seen mad fights. I've seen knives get poked out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen some dumb shit over video games.
Games.
So going over to CF, and mind you still had your brawls. You know what I mean? Nothing too crazy. It was more so like a respect thing, you know, because sometimes people fight and they'll just squash that shit. You know what I mean? Probably like after like maybe like 2 weeks of CF visits or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or 3 weeks. Hell, even longer. But just the point is just it was so nice to be in CF around a group of people that just get it. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the struggle, in terms of, you know, that companionship, that camaraderie. You know what I mean? Like, hell, I just be a CF. I don't even play your game, but I'm rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Sometimes I won't even be playing Marvel. I go to the KOF side. I see the CVS side.
Man.
The second Dip had the Third Strike side. I'm there just chilling, just rooting. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely came after all of the nonsense.
Yeah, it came in old.
Just by saying that you were rooting for your fellow gamer to succeed. Nah, I wasn't in that.
I mean, it wasn't like that with Marvel if it wasn't my homies. You know what I'm saying? But like, respectfully, just in terms of the overall experience, seeing everybody play.
It was always respect the street. It was always respect the street. If a dude had a streak, if a dude had a streak, you kind of looked. He was like, oh, you guys got a bit of a streak there going, and
respect the streak.
Yeah, like if you cool, all right, I'll let you rock. Especially if the person could beat you, they're like, nah, I ain't gonna ruin the streak. Let me see how far he goes. You know, just let him rock. Let him get his in. But that's what I like about the arcade culture, and I feel like we may not get that back, but as a FGC as a whole, you could still have that kind of essence without having to feel really too awkward, because you could just do it behind a computer screen. You know what I mean? You don't have to be up under somebody that you may feel uncomfortable with, and with the way the online works, you don't have to be around somebody for very long. 2 games and then you're done. You know what I mean? It's harder to form a bond and a friendship, but it's what you put into the game. Like if you're trying to get good at the game, all right, let's be for real. How many friends do you want? You want rivals. You don't want friends. You want rivals. You want somebody to help you elevate your game. So,
and it's crazy just you saying that, man. All right, so let me give you an example. So, Chris, peep game, right? So, when we played Marvel 2, this was Sanford of Desmond, of course, in the mix. Just everybody, right? Mm. We would play Marvel 2, and when we're in the same room, we cool, but we're not really that cool. Because I'm trying to bust your ass. Now, obviously, when the games are turned off completely, we'll do some random shit. We'll watch a movie or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, fucking... Damn, I lost track. What was I saying?
We cool.
We cool. Yeah. Sorry, that phone call to me. But Yeah, so, but, like, obviously, like, after the games are turned off or whatever the case is, that's when you really get to know somebody. So, like, this is what I noticed when I started going to ChinaTownFair. This is when I was smoking cigarettes heavy, too. I was, like, a week smoker kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I would lose, and it was something about just losing in Marvel after fucking a harsh fight. I got to go have a cigarette outside. That's what it is, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some people can really still smoke cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? But I'll be like, yo, I need a breather. I'll go outside, boom, right? That's how I met Arturo. He'll come outside, be like, yo, man, can I have a cigarette? Boom, give him a cigarette, boom, we start talking. Same thing what happened with Jimmy the Beast. That's how I met Jimmy the Beast. He came outside, was like, you know, yo, you got a cigarette? You got an extra cigarette? And I'm like, yeah. And you know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, what's your name? And then that's when I found out he was Dominican and shit. You already know the Spanish came flying out. You know what I mean? It's just shit like that really like shaped us. As you said, do you want friends? Do you want rivals? In my case, I was very thankful to have both. You know what I mean? In an understanding level. Because you know, at first, you know, hindsight, seeing Sanford Kelly, I was very pissed off at his mannerisms. I'm like, damn, this guy's fucking salty every fucking time. Bring him in my house, you know what I'm saying? He'll get pissed off when I beat him and shit like that. Like, but then I started to understand him as a human being, to really know why he's like that. He just doesn't want to lose. And you know what? I can understand and I can feel somebody's hunger like that. You know what I mean? Because in Sanford's case, when he was coming up, you know what I mean? He's in a much better place now. But for him, it kind of felt like a fight for his life every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's always gotten like the bad end of the stick looking at it. Because he was around where, we had disagreements and there were words, but it never really escalated unless it really got to that point. But now we're in an era where the camera's always rolling, so they want to vilify whenever he has a moment. And it's like, let the guy rock. You know what I mean? Like, the guy can beat 80% of the community if he really cared. You know what I mean? Like, that what you're saying is with the whole rivalries growing, it still does, but it's a different playing field. You know what I mean? It's different games, and this is kind of where I fall off and I go, these games ain't for me. They're built for a different generation. You know what I mean?
Respectfully,
they're really built for somebody. Cause I was trying to play some what was it? Soul Calibur, and a friend was telling me about the comeback mechanics. Like if you lose, you start with new stock and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, it's not a momentum-based game. Yeah, it's not a momentum. It's kind of a momentum-based game. Like if we're doing a 2 out of 3, you beat me 2 rounds or whatever the case may be, I automatically start with like damn near a whole super just to try to make a comeback. You know what I mean? It's today's game. So.
Wow.
I just said, all right, I'm going to sit away from this one. This one is not for me.
I didn't know that was some shit.
But I was like, yo, cook. You good at it? You cook? Go ahead. Chef it up. But,
yeah, man. All right. You got any last words?
No, I'm pretty good, man.
But yo, Norman, thank you so much for pulling up, man. It's been listen,
definitely.
Probably down the line we'll come back, everybody together, probably like have a round table. We've been talking about doing round tables for a long time when it comes to certain subjects. So we'll probably do it here for the new season. But yeah, everybody please show some love for my man Norman. For people that don't know, this guy has literally been everywhere, especially on the Marvel 2 side of things. Like when I was coming up in Marvel 2 as the scrub, going to the pro and people getting hype, I look back, Norman is there.
I didn't even share any of the stories. Believe it or not, I didn't even share any of the stories. I know people are like, yo, he knows something.
Oh yeah, listen, we're gonna fuck around. Listen, so one thing that we're gonna put it on the air. Hopefully he hears this. Yo, Triforce, what's up, B? We got a table for you. Know what I'm saying? Once you acquainted, we get everybody acquainted. Triforce, what's up, man? No Frillz wants you. So let us know. We'll get your flight and all that shit, bro. Me and Chris been talking about it. We'll go half we'll go half, me and him, and we'll get you out here. So let us know the deal, man. Let us know the deal.
Sounds good.
Good. We'll see you in a future episode.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But any last words, any shout outs, my brother? The floor's yours.
I don't really have any shout outs, believe it or not. I mean, you can go to, let's see, twitch.tv/Harlem Hero. That's about it. I stream anything, so you know, don't come to me looking for one thing. I'll be playing just about anything at any time. And
you're a gamer.
Yeah. If somebody talks yak, I might have to turn it on.
But Norman, again, my man, thank you so much, brother.
Definitely.
Thank you so much. And guys, please hit that like button. Of course, subscribe and all that. Every Monday, lock in, tune in. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.